is.
700 ESPN and 105.3 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ready? You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Ready. We're ready for a partner. This will turn journalism on its ear.
Go! Broadcasting from the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio, it's time for Patchin and Lukens.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio. Thank you so much for being with us. Appreciate you stopping by. With you for 3 hours today. And we just want to remind you, just putting this out there, want to remind everybody that this is the final week to sign up for the Patchin and Lukens Golf Tournament at Circling Raven. We only have one more spot to fill, and that will be filled on Monday morning. So if you've gone in and answered your question, the new question was put up on Tuesday. If you've gone in and answered your question, it's up to fate now. Yep. And if you answered it wrong, you're screwed. And if you – why do people call me at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? Would somebody just – does no one know what I do? If you have not answered the question, you only have a couple more days left to get in this golf tournament. 16 of the 17 spots are filled, and we need one more. Just need one more, and we're going to close it out. And then you're going to be looking on the outside, looking in. You're going to see all the great pictures that we took. You're going to be wishing you would have got in on this sooner. You're going to be wishing you would have got in on this sooner. The field pass is the place to go. And I don't know what else to say. I don't know. It's the last chance to get in on the Circling Raven.
Yeah, I talked to some people last night. Said they're still trying.
Well, good for them.
Trying the whole time.
We're going to take this down early next week. And again, as we've been telling you all year long, the scorecard is your friend, and that applies to the last question. From the Blue Tees, what's the yardage on the back nine, 10 through 18 at the Circling Raven Golf Club? You know what? You're even with 4 guesses, because it's a multiple choice, you are not probably going to get the answer correct. Just go to the scorecard, Circling Raven website, and good luck. Good luck. All right. Plenty of stuff to talk about today. Aaron Best will join us live today. That'll be cool. Normally this time of the year we have to tape with Aaron Best, but because of the practice schedule with no school today, they'll be off the practice field. He'll be joining us coming up at 5 o'clock. Remember we told you yesterday about the contest throughout the Cougar season, brought to you by the fine folks at Miller Coors, Frostbrewed Coors Light. 4 tickets to the Cougar game at a Yeti cooler. We're going to give one of those away for every game,
home game
that the Cougars have. And we have, today's the last day. Well, you can actually enter tomorrow morning, but they're going to draw the winner tomorrow morning. So today's the last day, really. You got less than 24 hours to get in and do that. You can go to the Field Pass, or you can go wherever Frostbrewed Coors Light is sold and register there. Gary Allen from Rock 94.5, little cross promotion. We're going to talk to him about that and the contest, because they're running out on Rock 94.5 as well. Then coming up the bottom of the hour, Washington State Cougar, whose name I cannot pronounce.
Is that the defensive lineman?
Misi Eaiolupotia Pe'e.
Yeah, that's him.
That is not very good. It's better than when I tried it when I interviewed him. In fact, I did it before we went on the air, and he laughed. He just laughed.
Doesn't he just have a nickname like?
Well, Misi is actually his first name abbreviated. Yeah, okay. Because his real first name is as bad or as hard to pronounce as his last name.
Yeah, because, I mean, Tui Tagovailoa at Alabama, they just call him Tui.
Tui, correct. Yeah. Yes. He's an interesting young man. He didn't start playing football till he was 18. He's a Kiwi who spent time in Australia, got discovered by Dan Hawkins, the Cal Davis coach. Mm-hmm. went to a junior college to learn the game and is now in his senior season at Washington State. He'll join us at 3:30. He's got a pretty good New Zealand Australian accent too.
Cool.
Yeah, so he'll join us at 3:30. All right. That's what's coming up on today's show. What happened? Oh, Brad says, "Hey Dennis, is that an Oregon Duck ringtone?" Actually, it's the only ringtone I have on my phone that I can hear when my phone is in my pocket.
Oh.
The rest of them I cannot hear.
It is kind of an annoyance, though, isn't it?
That to me, Rick,
Brad,
that's why I have it. It's annoying so I can hear
Sure.
it. If it's some soothing charms or some rock music, I may not even hear it. I can't hear anymore.
Dennis, you have a call.
Yes.
You don't hear that.
No, not when it's in your pocket. Yeah.
You hear that, yeah.
Yes. Yes, exactly correct. I can hear that across the room at my house if I got grandkids screaming and yelling. It's not a duck call, Brad. It's my call, so I know my phone's ringing. Sorry about that. All right. What happened to Felix last night?
He was being Felix. He had a couple outings that were just okay, and then he had last night where he couldn't get the ball over the plate.
He couldn't find the plate.
No.
More than half of his pitches, he threw 70 in 3 innings last night, 34 strikes, 36 balls.
Yeah.
And baseball gives you anything that somebody swings at. So if the ball is out of the strike zone and somebody takes a swing at it, you get credit for a strike.
Yeah.
So it's even worse than that.
Yeah, I want to just look at the numbers. You say, I gave up 2 runs on 2 hits. Okay, only 3 innings? 70 pitches? 4 walks in 3 innings? No, that's not good.
No.
But you know what? He could turn around and be better in his next start or not.
Well, here's the thing last night I thought that too. It's just Felix. He's bad. His arm is shot. He's got nothing left in the tank. And then somebody asked him, "Where are you with your mechanics?" This was a question asked by one of the reporters last night after the game, and he said, "Lost, absolutely lost."
Yeah.
Okay, when the guy throwing the baseball doesn't, and that tells me a multitude of things. 1, he doesn't know where it's going. 2, he can't make it go where he wants to go. But maybe more importantly, 3, he has no idea how to fix this.
Yeah. And you wonder how much help he's going to get from the Mariners staff. First of all, if he'd ask for any help. And if he doesn't, I don't know that much will be offered to him. I think if he asks for the help, he'll get it. But don't you kind of get the feeling that they're just kind of through with him? If he doesn't ask for help, they're not gonna go to him and say, "Look, Felix, you've got to do this. You've got to put your feet. You got to do whatever."
Yeah, at this point, they're not gonna go out of their way. If he says, "Man, hey Skip, I'm really wondering about this or that," they would talk to him about it. But it's not like last year where they're gonna try to get him to be in the program and they're gonna try to, Felix, eat better and do this and wake up at this time. And no, whatever, dude. If
your next start is on Wednesday, Felix.
Yeah.
We'll see you then. You know?
There's a teeny tiny bit of me that believes that the Mariner brass was hoping that he wasn't done for the year. Well, they wouldn't have to deal with this.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, how much of the brass? Maybe
Dipoto and Scott Service.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with it. But maybe ownership says, "Hey."
Oh, no, not ownership, Rick, because they're trying to sell tickets.
Yeah.
That's why Felix doesn't start Sunday in Houston. That's why he starts Tuesday against Cincinnati, because that's a home game. I don't believe the ticket sellers. They want him every 5th day. Dipoto and Service are tired of this guy because he wouldn't listen to what they were telling him for the past couple of years.
And I got to believe that Dipoto and Service are at a point where, you'd much rather if Felix has taken up a spot where somebody else could get a start, maybe get some nice experience, that makes a difference. But beyond that, I don't think they care. Now, when Justin Dunn gets up here, if he does, but I think he will. Then maybe it changes. Maybe Felix gets spaced out a little bit more between starts so that Justin Dunn can get a couple starts before the Major League season ends. But beyond that, I don't think they care whether he goes out and gets blown up or not.
I don't believe they do either. And I think last night, at some point in time, Scott Service said, we're trying to – he's only given up 2 runs. We're only down 2. Let's get him out of there and see if we can win this game.
And then Wade LeBlanc was horrible.
He was worse than Felix was last night. He was awful last night. DJ Darren says the rookie ump was horrible last night. I'm gonna tell you right now, DJ, when you're not close to the strike zone, you don't get any close calls.
Man, I thought Felix was a lot closer than he had, and this has been Felix throughout his career. I just watched his perfect game, and just happened, the anniversary of it. They just re-aired it, and I watched it again. And even when Felix was on, he would still miss by a foot. It's like, wow, that was not even close. How does that happen? And he threw a perfect game, and he's got an 0-2 count, and it's a ball 3 feet outside. Like, how does that happen? That's kind of been Felix throughout his career, okay? Last night, he was very close on a lot of pitches, and instead of being 3-0, he should have struck a guy out. Like, that's got to mess with a guy's head. Were some of his pitches way off? Yes. Is there likely a problem with his mechanics and whether it's, it's not just the delivery, it's the, his release points, something like that? Okay, sure. Is Felix done after this year, so does any of that really matter? No. But I thought that he was a lot better than that ump gave Felix credit for.
I watched.
Austin Nola had a 3-0 count, clearly ball 4. 3-4 inches, not close. And the guy called it a strike. So where was that 2 innings ago? That guy was terrible. In the end, no, it doesn't matter. But I thought Felix got a little bit job there.
You know what? Here's the thing: is, if you're Justin Verlander and you're throwing a no-hitter, you're going to get anything close. If you're Felix Hernandez, who can't find the plate and has been bad lately, and when the catcher sets up inside and he throws the ball on the outside half of the plate or on the edge of the outside, the umpire's not set up for that.
That hurts.
That
hurts.
That is part of the problem. But when a guy says he's lost mechanically, oh my! I don't even want to wheel him out anymore. That's awful. I think from Ryan Divish's article a month ago and what the statement by Felix last night, he may be coming to the quick realization that his baseball career is over in less than 4 weeks. He may not even get an invite to spring training next year. Why would you bring him in?
Well, everyone thinks they can fix somebody, so
okay.
I don't doubt that he'll get an invite still. I don't care how terrible he is for the rest of the season. Somebody somewhere is going to look at him and go, "Oh man, his leg kick is off. His release point is off. His timing, something," and they'll say, "We can fix it," and they'll at least invite him.
Yeah, but
now whether or not he can implement any of those changes or be any good, that's a completely different story. That's up to him. He's still getting an invite.
Felix doesn't want to fix things. He just
doesn't look like it.
He just wants to be Felix. Because I'm watching Felix. Because I think we're done at the end of the season. And we were on the air for most of his game. I went back home and I watched it last night. And as soon as he was out of the game, I stopped watching, and that's what I'm going to do when Felix pitches. And and then I read the line this morning. It was like, oh my goodness. That's just awful. All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about the Mariners?
Yes.
There is?
Yeah. Big game tonight on Root Sports.
You're not talking.
I'm wearing the cap again today. It's the Arkansas Travelers playing in the first game of the Texas League playoffs tonight. Game 1.
Why don't you go see the Indians play? They're the Spokane team. They're in the playoffs tonight.
These guys are the team that I'm going to be rooting for a number of years.
I got a pass. You can go watch it for free tonight.
No, I'm going to be watching I've got it recording so I can watch it from the beginning. I just wish all the games were going to be on Root Sports, but Mariners have a night off. So you got the Arkansas Travelers with Ricardo Sanchez on the mound, which is he's not anywhere near the lead of that rotation. He's going tonight. Brad Adam and Jerry DiPoto are calling the game on Root Sports. That's an interesting pairing.
Well, they're not going to make the major league guys do a minor league game.
Well, but the fact that Jerry DiPoto is calling the game is so when Kelnick comes to the plate, you're going to get DiPoto's thoughts on Kelnick.
Well, that also saves them from having to pay somebody
I don't care about that. Matters less than zero to me. Okay. You got the general manager, the guy who's making the call on when all of these guys are going to be playing in the major leagues and what their path from this point forward is going to be. He's going to be the analyst on this. We're going to get some insight. I think so when Evan White comes to the plate, we're going to hear what the organization really thinks about Evan White. We're going to hear what they really think about Dom Thompson-Williams and Kyle Lewis. What's his progress like? And Justin Dunn and L.J. Newsome and Cal Raleigh. You know what? I think it's going to be a great opportunity to watch tonight.
I've known you for 35 years, more than that.
Yeah.
I've never known you to be this excited for any Mariner minor league stuff, with the exception of when Griffey came to Spokane playing for Bellingham.
I'm not that excited about it. I'm really intrigued. I'm more excited about the Seahawks opener on Sunday.
Well, so is everybody else who listens to this show.
To say I'm excited about that is true. To say I'm excited about tonight is not it.
You sounded excited.
I'm just in on tonight. I'm totally in on tonight, and I want to watch these guys play. And I wish we could continue to watch through the series so that we could watch Justin Dunn pitch and so that we could watch Logan Gilbert pitch.
I'm sure
he actually missed a start
someplace.
Why, minorleaguebaseball.com. Yeah, that's where. But
I'm sure they'll have that for you.
I probably will watch it.
There's not a chance. Andy with a text before we take a break said, "I know it's off topic, but I hate it when you're right, Rick." That was earlier.
That's Poker Andy. That's probably in reference to last night's tournament. I was right. He was. As I was
You've
walking.
Never said that before.
As I was walking in, I said, "Y'all set to be first loser?" And
was he the first guy out last night?
I don't want to say.
No. You just said without saying.
Yes, he was.
Well, he had a bad beat then. He had a bad beat.
Yeah, he did have a bad beat.
Come on. He's one of our great listeners. Don't make the great listeners.
And he's a good guy, too. But
and I'm telling you, if you don't treat him nice, his old man's coming down to the station.
I'm just saying, Andy, when it got to crunch time, I might have folded. It's tough to lay down three aces, but I might have folded.
Is there a story that we need to tell if you have three aces and you would have folded? Is there a story we need to tell about this?
Well,
because if two of the
aces are on the board. Okay. That's a big difference.
Right.
Two of the aces are on the board.
But if there's a story, we need to tease it. If there's not, we'll talk about the Seahawks.
No, I think that's pretty much it. I don't blame him for shoving all his chips in.
Maybe he was trying to make an early move, and if he didn't get it, he could go home and have dinner.
It's also a question of whether or not you believe the person across the table from you. And I've never really played against her, so I don't know.
I don't believe anybody in poker. You guys are all liars.
This woman who took him out, she won the first four hands of the tournament at our table.
She could have sat back.
She won the first four hands.
She could have sat back and not played anything and collected at the end of the night.
She took quite a few from me within the first four hands of the tournament when I had a good hand.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk Seahawks when we come back. That's what Rick Lukens really wants to talk about that. We'll do that next. Take a time out. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrewed Coors Light studio. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
This is your Coors Light Eagle Minute, a look at Eastern Washington University athletics. I'm Larry Weir. The volleyball team is 1-2 on the season as they head off for Des Moines, Iowa this weekend in a tournament hosted by Drake University. The Eagles have 10 new players on this year's team, bringing more athleticism and a different attitude, according to second-year head coach Leslie Flores-Cloud.
I'm seeing a lot of athleticism. We'll have a lot more depth than we had last year. Girls are hungry and in there more than they had been in the past.
Junior returnee Caitlin Linke led Eastern with double-doubles, which is 10 or more kills and digs in each of the first 3 games last week. The Eagles will play Milwaukee and Drake on Friday and then take on St. Louis Saturday. The soccer team is on the road this weekend at Cal State Bakersfield Friday and Cal State Northridge Sunday. And the football team plays their home opener Saturday at 1 against Lindenwood. Pre-game coverage starts at noon here on 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM. That's your Eagle Minute, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
Time's almost up. If you haven't done so, visit the Field Pass at 700ESPN.com and enter to win for a spot in the Patchin and Lukens Golf Tournament. We play it on Friday, September 20th at the sensational Circling Raven Golf Club at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel. Join us as we play an 18-hole scramble. Tournament winners each get a free round of golf, an overnight stay at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel, and the coveted Patchin and Lukens Trophy. It's powered by the Circling Raven Golf Club at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel. Enter now!
Hey Spokane, this is Nia Wong from 4 News Now. I'm excited to be here in the Inland Northwest working on stories that matter to you. I'll be at the anchor desk, but I'm a reporter first. Catch me in the field asking questions and digging for local stories that affect you. This amazing city is changing by the minute. There's a tight mayoral race to be decided this November and problems to be solved. Count on me to cover them all and more. Join Aaron Luna and I weeknights on 4 News Now at 5 and 6.
Do you need a CPAP even when you travel? Are you tired of lugging along your big home CPAP? Why not cut the size, cut the cord, and cut the cost with a travel mini CPAP from mytranscend.com. They've helped thousands of folks just like you sleep better anywhere without compromising CPAP performance. To learn more, call 1-800-435-2585. It's half the size of a typical home CPAP system and has the power options to take you anywhere, even off-grid. Transcend Mini CPAP is widely known as one of the best values around, and you can try it risk-free with a 100% money-back guarantee when you buy direct now at 1-800-435-2585. That's 1-800-435-2585. 1-800-435-2585. Or go to mytranscend.com.
Hi, I'm Dan Can, your Spokane Geico agent. September 15th is National Cleanup Day. Let us clean up your car insurance rates by giving you a free quote. Give your local Geico agent a call today or stop by our office on Division Street to see how much you could save.
The Cougs move up and the Dogs fall. I'm Dennis Patchin with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Not much movement in either top 25 poll, but the Cougars did move up one spot to number 22 in the Riders poll. The Cougars stay at number 21 in the Coaches poll. Despite a win over Eastern Washington, Washington slipping down one spot to number 14 in the Riders poll. The Coaches keeping the Huskies in at number 12. The Pac-12 naming Washington State Cougar quarterback Anthony Gordon Player of the Week in his first college start. Felix Hernandez lasted just 3 innings. Mariners 6-1 losers to the Chicago Cubs. Mariners off today, start a 4-game series in Houston on Thursday. The Northwest League playoffs start tonight. The Spokane Indians will host Tri-Cities. It's game 1 of the best-of-3 series. It'll start tonight at Avista Stadium. First pitch comes your way at 6:30. This 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
Broadcasting from the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio, it's Patchin and Lukens on 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio. Seahawks will open up the season coming up on Sunday. They'll host the Cincinnati Bengals at home, CenturyLink Field. We've been waiting a long time for this game.
See the spread on that?
No, I haven't looked at it.
It's like 9 points. It's like 9.5 points.
Bengals,
it's like the biggest spread in the NFL this week.
The Bengals are not highly thought of this year.
No, they suck.
They've struggled, and Andy Dalton is their quarterback. I think the Seahawks are going to win. I did see somebody in some national media member pick Cincinnati to win by 1, which I thought that was laughable to me.
9.5 is the spread. 9.5.
Yeah.
That's the biggest spread in the NFL this week.
So if Russell Wilson wasn't playing in that game, according to what Vegas says, the Seahawks would still be a 2.5-point favorite in that game.
That's how bad the Bengals are.
That's how bad the Bengals. That's exactly right, Rick. That's how bad the Bengals are. The Washington-Philadelphia game is now 10.
Oh, is it?
The Eagles, it went from 8.5 to 10. Man, some lines have been moving. Baltimore went from a 4-point dog to a 7-point dog. Tampa went from a 2.5-point favorite to now it's a pick'em game against the 49ers in Tampa. Man, lines are moving. Detroit, Arizona went from the Lions being a went from being a pick'em game to the Lions being a favorite by 2.5 points on the road. Chargers went from 3.5-point favorites to 6.5-point favorites. These lines are all over the place. New Orleans went from a 9-point favorite at home down to a 7-point favorite.
People are excited. They think that this will be the year I'm finally going to bet on NFL football and get it right.
Oakland,
and I'm going to make my millions. And so they're putting their money out there this week.
Oakland went from
all the lines are moving.
With a 3-point favorite at home over Denver to a pick'em game. I've never seen lines move this much. This is crazy. Where'd the Seahawks game open? 9. They pretty much had that right. All right, so the question is today, and we'll get to the picks on Friday, the number of wins for the Seahawks. We're not going to do that today. We'll get to that on Friday. What are you most excited to see on Sunday? When you plop your backside in your chair or wherever you might be for that 105 kickoff time, Pacific time, 105, what are you most excited to see, Rick?
Well, I should say that I'm really excited to see this pass rush now with Clowney and Ansah, and that does intrigue me.
I think that's on the list.
Yeah, but no, I want to see this offense. I want to see this reimagined Seahawk offense and see what they can do with some young guys in there like DK Metcalf and certainly with Carson and Penny and Will Dissly back and healthy again. I'm really anxious to see what this looks like.
The one thing I don't know how it's going to work is the receivers.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know what Chris Carson can do. I'm pretty sure I know what Russell Wilson can do. And I got a pretty good idea what this offensive line is going to be able to do, I think. Okay? Well, that may change. We may find out. We don't know. But I have no idea what this receiver group's going to do. I do not know. I don't know if Metcalf's going to play. I don't know how much Tyler Lockett is going to be featured in this offense. I just don't know. I don't even know who's going to suit up.
I think they're going to excuse me. I think they're going to do the old we'll take what they give us kind of thing. However, I think play action is going to be a big deal for the Seahawks this year. When they did play action last year, they were really, really successful.
As long as they can run the football. And I think they should be able to run the football.
Yeah, and so I think that's going to be gigantic, and I think you're going to see plenty of play action for just short gains over the middle. But I think you're going to see play action and pop one over the top too. And I think Metcalf and Lockett allow you to do those kinds of things.
Well, we don't even know if Metcalf is going to play though.
I think he is.
We don't know. We don't know how much Ziggy Ansah is going to play. We don't know. We're pretty sure Clowney's going to play, but he didn't have training camp. So how many snaps does he get? 25?
They're saying right now. Pete's been saying all along, without saying Ansah is going to play and he's going to play a lot. He's saying we expect him to be a full go. I mean, Pete has been pretty much upfront about that. He's ready to go, and he's been bringing it in practice. So I expect Ziggy Ansah, and I think the only thing that holds Clowney back is just conditioning maybe, which I don't know what he was doing during this time he was off from the Texans.
I firmly believe that no player, no matter how focused that guy is, that you can get yourself in as good a shape, even with trainers, that a team can get you in because of the peer pressure of being with your teammates and that kind of stuff. So that's why I don't know how many snaps Clowney's going to play, but he's going to play a hell of a lot more in Week 3 than he is in Week 1. Same with Ziggy Ansah. Same with DK Metcalf. I just don't know how this is going to unfold. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind the Seahawks win this game, and they may win this game by double figures. But I don't know how they're going to get to that point. They're playing a team that's not very good. They're playing a team that might have a hard time winning 6 games this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a difficult time to win 6 games this year. But I don't know what Penny's going to do. I don't know how much he gets. Does C.J. Procise's rebirth figure into this?
I think we see C.J.
I do
Procise
too.
a lot because I think that they're still in that mode where let's get him out there and get him playing. And, if he's going to be turned back into the old C.J. Procise, let's find that out early in the season. Let's don't wait until Penny gets hurt or Carson gets hurt, and then we really need Procise, and then we try to put him in there, and he says, I can't go.
Mike says what he's more interested than anything is pressure on the quarterback. Well, the Seahawks.
I'm with that.
I am too, but I think they certainly addressed. There are less question marks with me there than there are at some of the other spots.
Yeah, I guess my question is, I'm going to take Mike's comment a step further and say, what are they going to do in terms of blitzing? Because they were blitz crazy during the preseason, which, you could take one approach and say, okay, well, that's just, Pete doing what he's doing and trying to get other teams thinking about it. So let's send 2 linebackers on 2 out of 3 downs. Let's send Ben Burr curving 4 times in a game. Let's send Deshaun Shedd in on a naked safety blitz, which they did all of those things. Or was Pete telling the truth when he said we're trying to find out who the blitzers are? And I think it's more of that. They were trying to find ways to get pressure on the quarterback. Now you've got a healthy Ansah, presumably, and you've got Jadeveon Clowney. Has the blitz been moved to the back burner?
I certainly think it's been dialed back.
We'll see.
At least a notch or two.
That's maybe my biggest question on the defense. And the thing I'm looking forward to seeing is, are they going to be sending these guys a little bit? And, they were and the guy that they're going to send, I think more often than not, is going to be Michael Kendricks.
I agree with that.
And so let's see, let's keep an eye on him when he's on the field and see what he's doing. Is he showing blitz? Is he blitzing? Is he dropping into coverage? See, Kendricks might be a great clue for you. But they weren't shy about sending Bobby Wagner or... Well, he didn't play very much. Or K.J. Wright, though.
No, I just don't think you're going to see that much. Eric says, I'm most interested to see what Poona Ford can do.
That's a thing with Poona Ford, I think, is a thing where it's kind of a sum total thing. I don't think Poona Ford's gonna make a lot of tackles for loss. But at the end of the game, you say, boy, they didn't get much coming up the middle. And then you're going to say, well, Poona Ford played a good game.
Jerry says offense first, but I'm watching the secondary to see how they hold up. I think that's a great point. There's some questions of whether or not that Trey Flowers and Mr. Griffin can play at a high level in the National Football League week in and week out.
Well, starting off against the Bengals, is A.J. Green healthy? I don't even know.
Even if he is, I think he is, isn't he?
It seems like A.J. Green is never healthy.
He's always hurt. I don't think this is a great test for the Seahawks. Now, if they get beat by Cincinnati, then it's red alert time here because this is not a very good team. And this is a game with their schedule you need to win. FedEx Pete says, I want to see C.J. Procise, but maybe he could wear a sumo suit so he can stay on the field for more than one game. Eddie with his first text to the show, and thanks for texting, Eddie.
Eddie.
Steady Eddie, sorry. Guys, I guarantee you Usura has 5 or more catches. Wilson will look to him after Lockett.
He's got to be on the field, and I'm not saying he won't be, Steady Eddie, but now that if Metcalf's available, you're going Metcalf, you're going Lockett, you're going
Brown.
Well, it's not Brown, though. It's, maybe it is Brown. Metcalf, Lockett, and Brown as your starters. I don't know.
Because Moore's not playing.
If you look at that depth chart that the Seahawks media personnel put out yesterday, Brown was actually not listed as a starter. Yeah. I guess it was Metcalf and Lockett, and then whoever the third receiver would be, and that would probably be Jerron Brown.
I would think so.
Yeah. So Ursua's got to be on the field. But I actually agree with you. I think there's going to be plenty of opportunity for him to see the field against the Bengals. And I think his first game might be very telling for us.
I'll be interested to see who Russell Wilson, with all these new guys catching the football, who he trusts. Because I think that's important. Because he doesn't have Doug Baldwin, and he trusted Doug Baldwin almost exclusively on third down.
Yeah, well, but you remember last year, you only had a chance to see it for like 2+ games. Will Dissly was a favored receiver, pass catcher until he blew out his knee.
Until he got hurt.
Yeah. So, it could be an Ursua, or it could be a DK Metcalf. It's like we just don't know.
We don't.
I mean, honestly, there was a time during training camp when they said, man, Russ really likes Malik Turner. Well, Malik Turner's still on the team.
For now.
Yeah.
Until Moore's healthy, and then I think Mr. Turner's going to be looking for a job. All right, we're going to take a timeout. We come back, we'll talk to Washington State Cougar football players. They get ready to play Northern Colorado this weekend. We'll do that next. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. Hey, don't forget, Steve's going to open up the ticket window, and when he does, 4 tickets to the Friday night rodeo at the Spokane Interstate Fair on the 5th. That's this weekend. It comes with fair admission as well. So fair passes, for rodeo passes can be yours. If you're caller 10 at 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776. It's Patchin and Lukens in the Frost Brew Coors Light Studio.
The ticket window is now open.
If you're selling your home, why pay tens of thousands of dollars in commission fees if you don't have to? Farah is a local real estate company saving sellers thousands of dollars. That's because Farah is free for sellers. And Farah's local agents make selling your home so simple. And get this, Farah's intelligent online platform attracts 35% more buyers and saves sellers an average of $20,000. So imagine getting more offers, higher offers, and keeping the agent commission all to yourself. Sell free with Farah. Get started at Farah.com. That's FAIRA.com.
Clearance TVs, demos, audio gear, closeouts, and hundreds of open box items. Get special buys and hot deals this weekend at Huppin's Clearance Sale, 8016 North Division. We're cleaning out our warehouse, and we've cut our low prices even lower. You'll save even more on the best brands of TVs, audio gear, wireless Bluetooth speakers, headphones, cameras, and more. Get Huppin's Clearance Sale savings on a Samsung 65-inch 4K Smart TV, just $549. Pump up your TV audio and save on a Klipsch soundbar with subwoofer and Bluetooth, only $149. We're blowing out Beats wired in-ear headphones, just $29. GoPro Hero 7 Silver Action Cam, just $199. We need more room. Huppin's is stacked to the rafters with hundreds of open box TVs, audio gear, wireless Bluetooth speakers, headphones, cameras, and more. This sale includes Huppin's best brands, all priced to move this weekend. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Spend less and get even more at Huppin's Clearance Sale, 8016 North Division.
Hi, this is Bernie from Thrifty Car Sales. Where can you get a great deal on a set of wheels? Thrifty Car Sales. At Thrifty, we'll give you hundreds of reasons to buy from us, like nearly new cars without the new car price. Thrifty certified vehicles pass extensive inspection inside and out and are backed by limited warranty. Thrifty has sales professionals who have many repeat customers. Our sales staff is customer service oriented and sells cars with no pressure and no hassles. Thrifty stands behind their vehicles and has been locally owned for over 30 years. Thrifty's a name you can trust. Great wheels at great deals. Come see for yourself. Stop by Thrifty Car Sales on North Wall, East Sprague, in the Valley, and our new Thrifty Car Rental and Car Sales location in Coeur d'Alene. Or shop 24 hours per day at thriftyspokane.com.
Why pay more? Be smart, buy thrifty. Why pay more?
Brock and Salk, weekday morning 7 to 10.
What a great thing it is for Seattle to have a Pro Bowl player choosing to be here. Because that's what Jadeveon Clowney did. He chose to be here. And he spelled that out yesterday as he was talking to the media that he didn't want to leave Houston. Once he found out he was going to be traded, he said, I'm going to try to influence where I go.
Brock and Salk, weekday mornings on 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Listen to the show anywhere at 700ESPN.com.
Welcome back to Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrook Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. Always a pleasure to welcome a member of the Washington State Cougar team. But as I tried to pronounce his name, I completely butchered it in the before we started this interview. So I'm just going to introduce Misi, and he's going to pronounce how you say his last name. Misi, thanks for being here. How are you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm doing well, living the dream.
Okay, very good. Give us it's AIOLUPOTEA-PEI. Okay.
Yes, sir.
How do you say that?
So it's called, my last name is Ayolupotea Pei.
Okay, there you go. All right. So one of us got it right. One of us got it completely wrong. You be the judge of that. Thanks for being with us. You've had an interesting journey to get to Pullman. You're a Kiwi.
Yes,
you spent some time in Australia. You played junior college football, and now you're in your final season as Washington State. How in the world did you make your way through all of this?
Honestly, just a great support system. My parents and a lot of my family have supported me throughout it all, and great coaches from JUCO, Australia to JUCO, and that led me here.
All right. So you're a New Zealand guy. How in the world did you get away from the national rugby team?
So I moved to Australia for rugby. Me and my family, we moved back and forth from Australia and New Zealand. But eventually I moved to Australia for rugby, and then one of my mates actually told me, he got a full scholarship to come play in America. And so I was like, man, if this guy can get a full scholarship, surely I can. So ended up going down to a rugby field where they had gridiron, real old school helmets, real banged up stuff. But so that was my first experience with it. And then one of the coaches there, he was American, and he was like, man, you have the potential to play in America. So that gave me motivation. And then I ended up playing in like an all-star camp, and they had 3 U.S. coaches that came down, and one of those coaches used to be the head coach of University of Colorado and University of Boise State, Dan Hawkins. And so he was the one that got the ball rolling and put me in touch with a few colleges over here.
I heard he's a guy who gave you your nickname, the Missile, too.
Yes, sir. Yep. I was the hardest hitter at that camp.
That's a great nickname. I'm telling you. I mean, most nicknames are not very good. You got a great one.
I appreciate that, sir.
When was the first time you actually played football?
The first time I played would have been in 2014.
Okay.
And so, I played. I was a kick returner, running back, tight end, and also linebacker and D-line, of course.
You're 6'3", you're 270 pounds, and you're returning kicks?
Yes, sir. I was a bit lighter back then. I was about 225, 230.
Okay. So you've grown into your spot on the defensive line with Washington State.
Yeah, most definitely had to put on a bit more weight, but it's been good. Our strength and conditioning stuff are so good over here. I've put on more weight, but I've also gotten fitter and also stronger.
How did you wind up in Pullman? I know you went to junior college, and you were a dominant junior college player your second year there. How did you wind up coming here?
I came on an official visit, and as everyone says, there's such a family vibe here, and I really felt that when I came on my visit. I had guys like Logan Tomo, Fred, and all those boys. They looked after me when I came on my visit, and I was like, man, I don't want to be anywhere else.
So other than me butchering your name, how many of your teammates can actually say your name?
It's pretty funny. A lot of the guys always try, during meetings and that, they'll be like, hey, bro, does this sound right? And then they'll try to say my name. So a lot of people say it. At JUCO, it used to be real bad. Like, the commentators used to butcher my name every single game. Would literally just make up new words for my last name.
Wow.
Yeah, it was funny.
You're playing in your final year at Washington State, 2 years in junior college, now you're your second year at Washington State. Are you comfortable with the game, or are you still learning the game?
To be quite honest, I feel like I'm still learning the game. I feel like if you're not learning, you're not getting better. But also I'm on like the catching. I feel like I'm still catching up. You know, a lot of these guys that I play against and play with have been playing this game since they're like 5, 6 years old. You know, I played my first game when I was 18. So yeah, there's always room to learn and improve and just grow as a player.
So you played rugby for a lot longer than you played football. For you, the biggest difference, I know they're different games, but the biggest difference for you in being a rugby player than becoming a football player?
Yep. The biggest difference is just learning the game. You know, in rugby, it's all about, you know, I'm big, I'm stronger than you, but in football, it's a more mental game. You know, as people say, it's basically playing like chess. So you have to know which gaps you got to hit. You have to know all your assignments. You have to look at tendencies, just little things like that. In rugby, you know, it's not really like that. It's pretty much, you know, I'm faster, I'm stronger than you, and I'm going to run over you.
Yeah, and I'm going to guess at your size, you ran over a few people in rugby.
Yeah, a few. Yeah.
Just a few. I think it's more than a few. Misi, what are you studying? What do you want to graduate? What do you want to do when football's all said and done?
So right now I'm in social sciences. So I've got my areas of major in criminology, sociology, and then also business. After football is done for me, you know, I want to be self-employed. My old man, so my mom and dad own their own business. So, you know, I want to do something along that line, you know, in the landscaping realm. But if not in that, then I would love to be a police officer in the K9 unit.
Why that? Why the K9 unit?
I've just always loved dogs, and my first dog was actually a German Shepherd, and those dogs are just, you know, incredibly smart. So I feel like, you know, that cops and dogs have always fascinated me. So I feel like that would be a great mix for me.
So does that mean you go back to Australia to do that? Do you go back to New Zealand to do that? Do you stay here to do that?
Yeah, I'll just you know, deal with it when it comes. I'll see what happens. If an opportunity arises over here, then, you know, I may do it over here. If it arises back home, then, you know, might have to go back home. But yeah, see what the Lord has planned for me.
Misi, Mike Leach, your head coach, said he was kind of surprised how good the team played in the opener. He didn't think guys would be that crisp in the first game. Why do you think you guys played so well? And maybe well is not the word. Why you look like you were in mid-season form?
I just feel like, you know, as a team, you know, we've all come together. A lot of us are close on the team, and then, you know, the coaches put us in good positions to make good plays. You know, all over the board, we had guys balling out. So yeah, it's just a good thing to hear. You know, our head coach is happy.
Yeah, if Mike Leach is happy, everybody's happy, right?
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
Misi, thanks for the time. We appreciate it. Continued success. Congratulations on what has been an unbelievable journey, and I'm sure it's not done for you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
This is an interesting background. Born in New Zealand, grew up in New Zealand, Australia, didn't play football until he was 18, and now he's playing the starter in a rotation on the defensive line for a Pac-12 contender.
Yeah, it's just fun to listen to him talk, too.
I talked to some of the people at Washington State, and they say he's a great kid. He's just a great kid. He's got an unpronounceable last name. I don't envy Matt Chaz now. I wonder how long Matt locked himself in his bedroom to pronounce that name.
You just say Misi. Yes, you just. I mean, it's hard to pronounce. Plus, it takes too damn long to say his name. By the time you're done saying his name, you're on to the next play. You can't say his entire name.
It was interesting. It was interesting. He's a good kid. Wish him well. And you'll hear from a member of the Washington State Cougars coming up each week throughout the football season. And we appreciate them coming on our show. We come back, we'll give you the word of the day, 50,000 bonus points. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrook Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell Ford, Wendell Nissan, and Wendell Pre-Owned. Over 500 vehicles in one location.
One more sunny, warm day, and then some changes in the forecast. Hi, it's Chris Crocker in the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Center. Sunny for Thursday with a high temperature of 88. Clouds will be moving in late in the day, and by Friday we have a chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high of 78. Dry and warm on Saturday.
Your local forecast. Brought to you by Wendell at the Y. Online at Wendell.com.
Your business can do a lot in 10 minutes, like make a big sale, surprise and delight a customer, or come up with the winning idea. And right now, 10 minutes is all it takes to help your business cut down on costs, interruptions, and download times. Introducing the Comcast Business 10-Minute Advantage. Give us 10 minutes. If we can't offer you faster speed or better savings on your current internet service, we'll give you $300 for your time. Call 1-800-501-6000 now. Comcast Business goes beyond fast with high-speed internet. That means downloads in seconds, not minutes. Plus, get bandwidth for all apps and devices. It all starts with our gig speed network. Call 1-800-501-6000 now for your Comcast Business 10-Minute Advantage. Comcast Business, beyond fast.
Offer ends 9/22/19. Restrictions apply. Not available to current Comcast Business customers. Comparison based on download speed and does not include Ethernet service. Proof of current internet speed and competitive bill within the last 60 days required. One $300 prepaid card per company. Call for details.
Try Valley VIP Auto Sales for your next vehicle purchase. All-wheel drives, diesels, lifted trucks, distance between VIP and the competition. Better quality, better prices, hands down. Our sales professionals are out to serve the customer's needs to get you exactly what you want at the best price possible without a time-consuming hassle. We have more than 100 vehicles priced under $12,000. A lot of these take next to nothing as a down payment, regardless of your situation. Valley VIP Auto Sales in Spokane Valley.
Do you need a CPAP even when you travel? Are you tired of lugging along your big home CPAP? Why not cut the size, cut the cord, and cut the cost with a travel mini CPAP from mytranscend.com. They've helped thousands of folks just like you sleep better anywhere without compromising CPAP performance. To learn more, call 1-800-435-2585. It's half the size of a typical home CPAP system and has the power options to take you anywhere, even off-grid. Transcend Mini CPAP is widely known as one of the best values around, and you can try it risk-free with a 100% money-back guarantee when you buy direct now at 1-800-435-2585. That's 1-800-435-2585. 1-800-435-2585. Or go to mytranscend.com.
Pack up your sunscreen and grab your flip-flops because September is our $30,000 Let's Party Beaches giveaway at Coeur d'Alene Casino. Win one of 5 travel, cash, and EPC prize packages valued at up to $5,000 each, plus 15 more EPC and cash prizes. So come and play with your Core Rewards card and earn entries now through the prize giveaway on September 21st. It's the Let's Party Beaches giveaway, only at Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Not a good day for the King. I'm Dennis Patch with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Felix Hernandez lasted just 3 innings. The Chicago Cubs 6-1 winners last night. Felix only gave up 2 runs, but he walked 4 batters and threw 70 pitches in those 3 innings. Wade LeBlanc wasn't much better, gave up 3 more runs in his 2 innings. Mariners off today, start a 4-game series Thursday at Houston. The playoffs begin tonight for the Spokane Indians. Spokane will open up the postseason with a best-of-3 series against Tri-City. Game 1 tonight at Avista Stadium at 6:30. Cougs move up 1 to number 22 in the Riders poll, stay at 21 in the coaches poll. Washington State will host Northern Colorado on Saturday. Washington, despite a win over Eastern Washington, falls 1 spot in the Riders poll down to 14. The Dogs stay at number 12 in the coaches poll. Washington opens up the Pac-12 season hosting Cal Saturday. The 700 ESPN 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
Download the mobile app and listen to the show anywhere. 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrook Coors Light studio. Word of the day today worth 50,000 bonus points. Word of the day today is teacher. Teacher is the word of the day. I think officially today everybody is back in school. I think the Valley schools, West Valley, Central Valley, and I think East Valley all went back to school today. District 81, the Spokane schools went last week, and I think Meade's in. I think all the surrounding areas are in. So salute to the teachers who are back to work with the kids today. Teacher's the word of the day. It's 50,000 bonus points. You can go to 700ESPN.com. Type in the word teacher, and you'll receive teacher, singular. Just one teacher, not multiples. Teacher, 700ESPN, 50,000 bonus points. While you're there, sign up for the Patchin and Lukens golf tournament. You're running out of time. In fact, we only need one more qualifier, and that qualifier will be drawn early next week. And then the tournament is closed, and then we'll tee it up at Circling Raven Golf Club on the 20th. So if you go to the Field Pass right now, you can sign up for the following, Rick Lukens. You can sign up to win Cougar tickets and a Yeti cooler, sponsored by Miller Coors, Frostburg Coors Light, and 4 tickets to see the Cougars in Northern Colorado and win a Yeti cooler. You can sign up for Seahawk tickets against the Saints on the 22nd. You can sign up to win concert tickets. We still have one set of tickets to give away. We've given away a pair of tickets the entire summer to every concert at the Northern Quest Summer Concert Series, and the last one is Old Dominion. Old Dominion is the last one. We're giving that away on the 11th of September. You can go there and win that. You can go and win a pair of Seattle Mariner tickets. You can go and win Seahawk tickets throughout the season. You can go and win. There's all kind. I just called it up. There's like 14 things you can win. And you need bonus points for most of those. I don't know what you're waiting for. Sign up for the Field Pass. Get those bonus points. And don't forget, we give out a word of the day now on Saturday through the app. We're giving away points like they're free candy on Halloween. And you need it to collect.
Yeah. Then your only dilemma is, do I want one thing bad enough that I plop all my bonus points on it, or do I spread them around a little bit and have a chance to win a whole bunch of things that I like?
And people do it both ways.
Yeah.
We've known people who've put up million bonus points on one contest.
Yeah.
A concert, a game they wanted to go see. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. All right. Gary Allen, they're also giving away on Rock 94 and a half. They're also giving away Yeti coolers and Seahawk tickets. We'll talk to him coming up. We'll get his thoughts on the college football. He was bragging about his fantasy football team today.
Did you tell him?
Did I tell him what?
Nobody cares about your fantasy football team?
No, it's his show.
Okay.
It's his station.
Right. Okay. But now we can tell him.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of
All
why.
right.
That's kind of why I threw that out
Okay.
there. Because when you go on somebody else's station, you're kind of beholden to them.
Sure.
If they want to talk about something, you kind of just it's their deal, it's their
Okay.
shtick,
Yeah.
it's their listen, it's his listeners. They aren't my listeners.
Right. Well, I'll put my fantasy football team up against his.
Well, you're playing in a league with guys who don't know what they're doing.
I never said that.
I did. Every year you come back and go, this is the statement from Rick Lukens. I can't believe I got all these guys. And I can't either. All right. We're going to take a timeout. GA will be joining us next. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostburg Coors Light Studio. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Log on to 700ESPN.com and enter to win tickets to this summer's hottest concerts and comedy shows at Northern Quest Resort and Casino. With over 5,000 seats, there's not a bad seat in the house.
Check the roof, she says. Make sure we don't have any shingles missing, she says. Fixing the roof is a weekend project. A new roof? Maybe a couple of weekends, she says. Yeah, so I'm going to get up on that roof, burn up my weekend, and probably fall. Then she'll be sorry.
It's not too late to call the professionals at Kodiak Roofing. Licensed and bonded. Call Kodiak Roofing today to schedule your free estimate. Don't wait. 487-9910. Kodiak Roofing.
Summer's ending, and savings are back in business with Dell's Labor Day sale. Small businesses can save up to 40% on select business computers with Intel Core processors, plus free shipping on everything, including a wide selection of thousands of top-brand electronics. Give our specially trained small business technology advisors a call. They can help you find just the right tech to fit your business with Labor Day savings. Visit Dell.com/business deals or call 877-BUY-DELL. That's 877-BUY-DELL.
Your clients want beautiful floors that stay beautiful.
You want clients that stay happy after the job is done. Home Decorators Collection water-resistant 8mm flooring, exclusively from the Home Depot, is a laminate you can stand behind because it stands up to demanding homeowners. They get the beauty they want. You get to give them a quote that will floor them. Home Decorators Collection water-resistant 8mm laminate, just $158 a square foot, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only. See store for details.
Listen to 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM on your Echo.
Thanks.
Just tell Alexa, enable 700 ESPN 105.3 FM. Then say, play 700 ESPN 105.3 FM. Anytime to hear Patchin and Lukens, Golick and Wingo, Stephen A. Smith, and all your favorites from ESPN, including the NBA playoffs, the World Series, and more. Let Alexa make sure you don't miss a minute.
Destination
700 ESPN. It's time to make some memories at Avondale Golf Course in Hayden Lake. Avondale's top-notch junior golf program is a great way for younger golfers to enjoy the summer. The course is beautiful, the staff is friendly, and the pro shop is fully stocked with everything you need to up your game. While you're there, ask about the current club membership specials and check out the new Avondale Bar and Grill menu. Book your tee time today. Visit AvondaleGolfCourse.com for more details.
If you're in the market to buy a home, you know how tough it can be, even heartbreaking. Now, one local company makes it easy. Enter Farah, a real estate company that can guarantee you'll win your dream home. Farah buys the home for you with its own cash, beating all other buyers, and if it fails, you get $1,000 just for trying. Find your home, make a winning offer, and get an on-demand mortgage. Farah can even give you up to 2% cash back. Get started today at farah.com/buy. That's FAIRA.com/buy.
KXLX Airway Heights, Spokane. Two names that mean local sports.
Local sports.
Patchin, Lukens. Weekdays at 3 on 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM.
The Frost Brewed Coors Light text line is always open. Let Patchin and Lukens know what you think. 509-315-7833.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio. Thanks for being with us today. Aaron Best, the head coach of the Eastern Washington Eagles, coming up live at 5 o'clock. We'll hear from him about the opening loss to the Huskies and the home opener coming up this weekend. Starting this football game and throughout the Cougar football season, each time there is a home game, we are partnering with the great folks at Miller Coors, Frostburg Coors Light, the Yeti Cooler, 4 tickets to the game. We're doing it on our station. We're also doing it on our sister station, Rock 94.5. And GA, Gary Allen, joins us today. GA, how are you?
Long-time listener, first-time caller. I just want to say I love what Rick and Bud are doing. You guys are awesome.
You forgot to say thanks for taking my call.
Hey, before we go any farther, I got the first pick in my fantasy draft. I just want to know, should I go Cole Beasley or Andrew Luck?
You had the first pick in your fantasy draft, right? You did? No,
yeah.
And who did you take?
No, I was number 4.
Oh.
The first pick took Ezekiel Elliott.
Okay, so Zeke went first. And
yeah, I took the Gurley man.
You had Todd Gurley
with the 4th pick.
With the 4th overall pick.
Okay.
Yeah, running backs, man, it's like crazy. Nobody wants to pick a tight end, man. Come on.
You are also, your rest of your running backs are Penny of the Seahawks, and who was the third one?
The guy from Oakland. What's his name? Jacob. I don't know.
Yeah.
He looked good.
Yeah, a guy you can't even remember his name. All right, that's good. That guy. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that Raider. We live by a rule here, GA, that the rule on Patchin and Lukens is, and it applies to us and everybody on the show, nobody cares about your fantasy football team.
I know. Hey,
that's a rule everybody should
every
live
morning.
by. Yeah.
I do not. Well, hold on. Wait. No, let's clear this up. I tell you that off the air. I do not tell you that on the air because it's your station, and I have to treat you with reverence on that show. I'm not doing that.
Do you have do you have a Yeti cooler?
I do not.
I have a
What?
Yeti. I have a Yeti-like cooler.
Oh, a Yeti. Oh,
Yeah.
a knockoff.
Yes, I
Yes.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope to have one day, GA. I'm just saying.
Oh, why aren't you guys using your celebrity to facilitate the ownership of said cooler?
We think that's slimy for radio personalities to do that. That's my opinion. And nobody cares about your fantasy team.
Because we signed a piece of paper every year that says we won't do that kind of stuff. We're not. You know what? A guy like you, who's pretty well established, you can get away with stuff. Lukens and I, we're just the new guys here in radio. We're trying to have a job next week.
There's really nobody.
Well, I saw 20 of them in the promotions office, and I thought, man, that's a lot of coolers. I should take a couple of them off their hands.
Well, if you got the key and you know where the cameras are, you can get one out of there, actually. But that's a story for another day.
Yeah, there's really nobody in our radio group who does that because there's really nobody who has the celebrity to pull that stuff off. Present company accepted, of course. Yeah.
So the Cougs are playing some school out of northern Colorado. Is that what you were telling me?
Yeah, a bad Big Sky team. They may finish last in the Big Sky. They're bad. They're bad. The Cougars, New Mexico State, if they played Northern Colorado, would beat them by 40.
So what you're saying, if the Cougs don't blow these guys out by 50, then there's a problem?
Yes.
It would give pause. It should give you pause.
Yes. It could be. It could be. If Mike Leach wants it to be, it could be as lopsided as the Idaho-Penn State game.
Wow, and you sat through that whole game.
I talked about it.
What was the plane ride back like?
You know what? The plane rides are always quiet. Win or lose, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, guys are sore, they're tired, and you'd think a plane trip home with a college football team who won. Now, if they won a big game, if the Cougars won the Apple Cup, I'm sure that when they were playing Boise State in the Big Sky and they beat them, that was a little. But most times it's let's get home. I'm sore. I'm tired, and they go. Most of the guys sleep, win or lose.
So once you're airborne, does the crew, the cabin crew, do they make everybody take the bags off of their heads, or do you leave them on until you land?
We take them off. We don't have to put them on until we land. They're actually pretty good with that. So yeah.
The first winner, by the way, is tomorrow because there's that blowout in Pullman on Saturday.
Right. We're drawing the winner, so we're telling our listeners you better sign up by today, just so you get in, and then you could have a Yeti cooler and 4 tickets to the Cougar game. How cool is that?
Just like me.
I know.
Hey.
I know. Pretty cool, huh?
So here's one more question before I let you guys go and I get back to my hot tub here. How come I've been trying to win because you guys give away cool stuff for sports fans on the field pass. How come I never win?
That piece of paper that you sign every year? You can't win. You're as if in your contract it says you're not eligible to win any prizes we're giving away.
It was the way you tried to disguise your name. It's like, it was Garrick Allen, and we pretty much figured out it's Gary Allen. So you got to be a little more original.
He put Alan Gary the first time he tried it. So GA told me this morning this was 4 o'clock is his hot tub time. So
yeah.
Did you call us from the hot tub today?
Yeah. Here, hang on.
Yeah, I heard.
There you go.
I heard
That's
that.
Hot tub, baby.
That was either the hot tub or the toilet. It's one of the two.
Hey, GA. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, GA.
There you go.
Hold on.
Hey, GA.
Hold on.
Thanks for taking our call.
See you tomorrow.
Eat that, man.
All right. GA, Gary Allen. It's only one of him. Did a show with him. Scared the crap out of me for the entire 2 hours I did that show with him.
He scared. There was a point where he scared me just every morning. I had to see him face to face every morning. It just scared me.
I'm with him every day at 7:20.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
You did day after the Super Bowl loss to the Patriots with Gary Allen.
Yes. I think it was we did the Slim and Dickow show, right? Or was it on our show?
Man,
I think I filled in for him one time with when Dan and Slim couldn't do a show. We did 2 hours. And then you're right, Steve. We did the show after the Super Bowl.
That was I remember that because that was like one of the most miserable days of my life. It was the day after that Super Bowl loss.
That was pretty bad. I don't remember it. I was traumatized just having to sit there waiting for him because I never know what he's going to say. I don't. You know, and if he's on his station, he can say whatever the hell he wants to say. I got no problem.
What he's going to say.
He doesn't. All right, he's going to join us every Wednesday. And remember, we don't care about your fantasy team. Take a time out. Patchin and Lukens, Frostbrook Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Check the roof, she says. Make sure we don't have any shingles missing, she says. Fixing the roof is a weekend project. A new roof? Maybe a couple of weekends, she says. Yeah, so I'm going to get up on that roof, burn up my weekend, and probably fall. Then she'll be sorry.
It's not too late to call the professionals at Kodiak Roofing. Licensed and bonded. Call Kodiak Roofing today to schedule your free estimate. Don't wait. 487-9910. Kodiak Roofing.
Attention DIYers, Idaho Fence is having a year-end blowout sale with the lowest prices of the year. But you need to buy now while they still have inventory. Vinyl or wood fence, gate, porch rails, and more, Idaho Washington Fence has it right now, and you can get it for the lowest pricing available. Located on the corner of McGuire Road and Celtice Way in Post Falls, they have over 5 acres of products and materials for you to choose from. For ideas and information, go to idahofence.com.
I've been telling you for years that Redline Pub and Barbecue is home of the finest barbecue in town. Their wine-broiled and barbecue specials are served every day. Always great sports viewing and happy hour price drinks to go along with it. And patio dining in the winter months. Lunch and dinner starting at 11 a.m. Monday through Sunday. And don't forget the Redline Barbecue also caters for groups of 5 to 500. Redline Pub and Barbecue on the corner of Division and Main, downtown Spokane. You never go away hungry or unsatisfied.
I lived in Texas for about 17 and a half years before moving to Spokane in 2010 to marry the girl I should have married 20 years earlier. And this Texas truck is kind of like the last thing from Texas I have left besides my accent.
Hi, Dallas Lowe with Golden Rule Brake. You deserve an honest repair at a fair price, and we promise to make it easy.
I have a high mileage truck, and the front end, as I was steering and driving along, I could hear it creaking really badly. So a lot of noise coming from it, and it didn't matter how loud I turned up the radio, I could still hear it. So I knew something was going wrong. I brought it in one afternoon. They called me the next afternoon, and it was done. And I couldn't be happier. It drives like a new truck. And I'm just so glad that I made the decision to get it repaired, and especially to get it repaired at Golden Rule Brake.
Schedule online now at goldenrulebrake.com.
Yeah, Golden Rule Brake.
One night. The final tour.
Just take those old records off the shelf.
Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band.
Thank you.
September 19th, Spokane Arena.
Hollywood nights. It was Hollywood Hills. Come back, baby. Rock and roll, never forget.
Tickets on sale now at ticketswest.com or Spokane Arena box office. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Produced by Live Nation.
Dave Smith's low prices sale is here. Our prices are low. Save up to $14,500 on a new Chevy Silverado truck. Find new roads. 800-635-8000. DaveSmiths.com.
The Cougs move up and the Dogs fall. I'm Dennis Patchin with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Not much movement in either top 25 poll, but the Cougars did move up one spot to number 22 in the Riders poll. The Cougars stay at number 21 in the Coaches poll. Despite a win over Eastern Washington, Washington slipping down one spot to number 14 on the Riders poll. The Coaches keeping the Huskies in at number 12. The Pac-12 naming Washington State Cougar quarterback Anthony Gordon Player of the Week in his first college start. Felix Hernandez lasted just 3 innings. Mariners 6-1 losers to the Chicago Cubs. Mariners off today, start a 4-game series in Houston on Thursday. The Northwest League playoffs start tonight. The Spokane Indians will host Tri-Cities. It's Game 1 of the best-of-3 series. It'll start tonight at Avista Stadium. First pitch comes your way at 6:30. This 700 ESPN 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
Listen to the show anywhere. Streaming live 24 hours a day at 700ESPN.com.
700 ESPN 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio. Russ McPhelps has picked himself up a family fair pack to go to the Spokane Interstate Fair. Thank you, Russ. That is tickets, food coupons, rides, the family fair pack to the Spokane Interstate Fair. Thank you, Russ, for doing that.
Good job, Russ.
Actually, no. Russ actually won 4 tickets to the rodeo, right, Steve?
That is the correct statement.
I apologize. So he's got 4 tickets to get into the fair, and he's got 4 tickets to go to the rodeo on Friday night. What we need the next time Steve opens up the ticket window is caller number 10 at 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776 for that family fair pack to the Spokane Interstate Fair. Starts this weekend, runs all next week. You'll receive admission tickets, food coupons, ride tickets. It's the Fair Family Pack. And it's available to you if you're caller 10 at 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776. Caller 10 the next time Steve opens up the ticket window.
I'm not quite, Dennis said I was excited. I wasn't excited, but
You sure sound excited.
I'm not quite as intrigued or excited by the Arkansas Travelers being in the Texas League playoffs.
You're already off of it?
That game is 45 minutes away on Root Sports, by the way. No, I'm not off of it. But I'm not. There's less reason to be excited. One less reason to be excited. Logan Gilbert, the great young pitcher for the Mariners, has been shut down for the year.
What?
Yeah. So I was expecting, I knew he wasn't starting tonight, and I'm actually wondering why he wasn't starting tonight, because it's certainly, his turn to start. But after his last outing, the Mariners decided to shut him down for the year, 135 innings. That means they think a lot of him. That's what that means. Now, they drafted him 14th overall last year.
He hardly pitched last year.
He didn't pitch last year.
Really didn't. Yeah.
He didn't. He went to their high-performance whatever. He didn't go to Everett or anywhere and pitch last year.
He had mono or some sickness or something.
He played his college season. I think he had. Did he actually go into the postseason with Stetson University?
I think they played in their league tournament, but not in the NCAA tournament. But he was over 100 innings last year, and they just basically
they shut him down last
year.
year.
They were going to give him a couple of starts and shut him down, and then Steve was right. He got mono, and then thanks for playing.
Yeah, so, this guy has been phenomenal this year, so I was actually really, I was excited, Dennis, to watch him pitch, to see him work. Listen to what he's done since this year began, since they said, okay, Logan, you can now pitch, okay? So they sent him to West Virginia. In 5 starts, he was 1-0. That doesn't matter. 1.59 ERA, 36 strikeouts, 6 walks in 22 1/3 innings. Opposing hitters had a 118 average and a 416 on-base OPS against him. 118 average, a 416 OPS against him. So they said, okay, well, you got to go to our high A in Modesto. So he became a nut. He went there.
Okay.
He went there.
I'm sorry, that makes me laugh every time I hear it when you refer to them not as the Modesto Nuts, but as he's a nut now.
Yeah.
Or, I can't wait to see him play for the Nuts.
Yeah.
It's just, it cracks me up.
I love that nut.
Yeah.
5-3 record. 62 1/3 innings. That's 12 starts. 12 starts, 62 1/3 innings, 1.73 ERA, struck out 74, walked 12. The OPS against him, the batting average against him was 228, and this is a hitter-friendly league. And the OPS against him had climbed to a robust 589. So then they said, well, we got to send you to that Arkansas team where all of our good players are, all of our future guys are. In his first start, he struck out 8 in 5 1/3 innings. He had 9 starts at Arkansas, 2.88 ERA, 56 strikeouts, 15 walks in 50 innings pitched. Opposing batters hit 194 against him, and the OPS was 559. They shut him down. His last outing, he struggled a little bit to go 4 1/3, and they told him today, that's it, you're done. And Dipoto actually told Ryan Divish, he said he's not going to be happy about this, but we're going to tell him.
Can I just say that I hate this? I hate pitch counts. I hate inning limits. I hate this.
Sure. Yeah, you go back to the Steven Strasburg thing when
if
the
you're
Nationals, they were on track to be in the postseason, and they shut Strasburg down.
Don't tell me the playoffs are important to you. Don't tell me winning games at the minor league level is important to you. Don't tell me that. The Arkansas Traveler fans have had a hell of a season this year. They'd like to win a championship, and one of their best pitchers just got told, because you've already thrown a grand total of 125 innings, you're done.
135, but okay.
Oh, 125, 135, you're done.
Yeah, but then the other side of that is you'd be mad if they knew he was fatigued and they sent him out there and he got hurt.
Okay,
and
that's fine.
Yeah,
I agree. Then don't come tell me winning is important to you. Don't do it.
It's not important to them as far as the Arkansas franchise goes.
It's not important the Mariners at Arkansas wins. It's important that Arkansas develop talent.
They collect. Yeah, that's number one. Yes, but they collected all of these guys in this point because they said they wanted them to win a championship.
Then
together.
let this guy pitch.
Let me finish. They wanted them to win a championship together, and first of all, because he got pulled before the league semifinals, doesn't mean that he wasn't part of them playing for this championship. He was. And his overall health is actually more important than that other stuff.
And I don't have a problem with that. Because you know what? If he gets hurt or he doesn't make it to the majors, general managers and managers lose their job. I got no problem with that. Don't tell me winning is important then. Don't. The last time we had the Texas Ranger organization on, they kept saying this, winning is really important to our... No, it's not. Developing talent is. Getting guys to the majors as fast as you can.
Both can be important, and one can be more important than the other.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's lip service when a major league organization tells you winning is important, okay? Because if it is truly important, then Logan Gilbert could pitch. The guy throwing tonight, Rick, in this game is Ricardo Sanchez. He's actually on the Mariner 40-man roster.
Well, he's the kid that they brought him up, and he actually pitched at Tacoma earlier this year, didn't he? When they had a little bit of a dearth of pitching. I think didn't they send him to Tacoma for like one start?
Not
Maybe
according
Okay.
to his stats.
Okay.
He started 27 games. And he's pitched in 27. He's thrown 146 innings. But that is by far the most innings he's ever thrown.
Yeah,
not even close.
He's got a 4.44 ERA, but he's struck out 135 and walked only 38. He can strike guys out. There's no question about it. And he's still developing, but he's the starter tonight, and one would presume Justin Dunn would be the starter in Game 2 of this series.
Yeah, who knows? Justin Dunn's thrown 131 innings this year.
Justin Dunn, I heard an interview with him today on Cairo Radio, and it sounds like he's really hoping that he will be pitching on a major league mound very shortly.
Before the season is over this year.
He said within a couple of weeks, yeah.
They'll have to add him to the 40-man roster. Because he's not.
And stopped him from doing that 65 other times this year.
Well, but it starts your clock. So you got to be careful on how you do that.
Yeah, an extra 2 days of service time at this point.
I'm just telling you. Teams are guarding that by day, Steve.
No, I know. And so that's why you do what the Cubs do with Chris Bryant. You leave him down for 2 weeks at the beginning of the season so his clock hasn't run out on you.
So you keep him for an extra year. It's the way it is now.
But you bring Dunn up now, give him a taste at the major league level, and see what he can do.
We'll see if he may. I'm not sure he pitches for the Mariners this year. You think he'll get a start?
He said in that interview today he's going to do everything he can to make that happen.
He has pitched 15 games above Class A, and that's all the second. Well, no, excuse me, that's last year. Excuse me, he's pitched 40 games above Class A.
Okay.
He finished last year in Double-A 15, and then he has 25 starts this year for 131 innings.
Yeah, well, watch. I'm going to watch the broadcast tonight, and Jerry DiPoto's probably going to have something to say about it.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Oh, wait, I'm not watching. All right.
I'll tell you. I'll let you know.
I know you will. I'm counting on it.
All right.
I'm counting on it an entire half hour. I can just sit back. So Rick can talk about Double-A baseball in Arkansas.
Go Travs.
Woo! Woo! Can't wait.
Love the Travs.
Man alive. That should be. We only got an hour tomorrow. We might have saved that till Friday. We might. I don't know. Come back. It's buy or sell time. 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776. Buy or sell. Patchin and Lukens in the Frostburg Coors Light Studios. Brought to you by Dynamic Decks. Custom decks built right. 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776. 2 callers needed. They're all Seahawk-related questions. And we'll do it next. Patchin and Lukens in the Frostburg Coors Light Studio. Dynamic Decks brings you buy or sell here on 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell Ford, Wendell Nissan, and Wendell Pre-Owned. Over 500 vehicles in one location.
One more sunny, warm day, and then some changes in the forecast. Hi, it's Chris Crocker in the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Center. Sunny for Thursday with a high temperature of 88. Clouds will be moving in late in the day, and by Friday we have a chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high of 78. Dry and warm on Saturday.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell at the Y. Online at Wendell.com.
Your business can do a lot in 10 minutes, like make a big sale, surprise and delight a customer, or come up with the winning idea. And right now, 10 minutes is all it takes to help your business cut down on costs, interruptions, and download times. Introducing the Comcast Business 10-Minute Advantage. Give us 10 minutes. If we can't offer you faster speed or better savings on your current internet service, we'll give you $300 for your time. Call 1-800-501-6000 now. Comcast Business goes beyond fast with high-speed internet. That means downloads in seconds, not minutes. Plus, get bandwidth for all apps and devices. It all starts with our gig speed network. Call 1-800-501-6000 now for your Comcast Business 10-Minute Advantage. Comcast Business, beyond fast.
Offer ends 9/22/19. Restrictions apply. Not available to current Comcast Business customers. Comparison based on download speeds and does not include Ethernet service. Proof of current internet speed and competitive bill within the last 60 days required. One $300 prepaid card per company. Call for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/score. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter. The smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/score. That's ZipRecruiter.com/score. ZipRecruiter.com/score.
Something magical happens when you pair brown sugar bacon with smoked meats and a barrel-aged Kentucky bourbon barbecue sauce. The kind of magic that can only be found at every Arby's location. The kind of magic that won't last forever, only for about as long as it takes for you to eat 1, 2, hopefully several of Arby's bourbon barbecue sandwiches. Arby's, we have the meat.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
Honey, it feels like a sauna in here.
We gotta call Dr. Andy.
Did someone page Dr. Andy? Ma'am, you may need an AC tune-up.
Don't let this happen to you. Page one of our highly trained Sturm technicians today for your $99 AC tune-up special. Beat the heat and call Sturm today at 325-4505 and stay cool this summer. For more than 70 years, Sturm Heating and Air Conditioning has been the leader in the Inland Northwest for all your HVAC needs. Sturm Heating and Air Conditioning, your one-stop service shop. Contact us today.
Dave Smith's low prices sale is here. Our prices are save up to $12,000 on a new GMC Sierra trunk. We are professional grade. 800-635-8000. DaveSmiths.com.
Buy or sell with Patchin and Lukens. Sponsored by Dynamic Decks. Custom decks built right.
700 ESPN 105.3 FM is Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostproof Coors Light studio. Aaron Best coming up at the top of the hour. It's time to play Buy or Sell, brought to you by Dynamic Decks, custom decks built right. We're getting close to the Seahawks season. 5 Seahawk questions today. These are kind of like prop bets, but you're going to have to decide whether or not things happen. So Steve says we're good on callers. Dynamic Decks brings you Buy or Sell every day. Ready to go, Rick Lukens?
Yep.
The Seahawks injury report is out today. We'll get into that in the next segment coming up. Buy or sell, Rick Lukens. The Seahawks win more than 10 games.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to buy that. I mean, didn't they win 10 last year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're going to win 10 games. Yeah.
No, more than 10.
Yeah, they'll win like, I think 12 is a number they can get to. And I say that without hesitation.
Really?
Yeah.
You've seen the schedule, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You get, once again, you get to play the 49ers twice. You get to play, and I realize some people think the 49ers are good. I'm not sold. And you get to play Arizona twice.
Okay. I'm just saying their schedule is rated the third most difficult schedule in the National Football League.
All right.
Russell Wilson throws more touchdown passes this year than he did last year. Last year
34?
he threw 35 last year. So he throws 35 or more touchdown passes. Buy or sell?
I think it's going to be right about the same, but I'll just be positive and I'll buy.
Okay, all right.
Well, he'll throw like one more with one fewer interception. So 36 and 6.
I didn't ask about interceptions. I asked about touchdown passes. Quit changing the game. Buy or sell, Chris Carson rushes for 1,000 or more yards. Last year, 1,151. He was one of 9 NFL running backs to run for over 1,000 yards.
I think
Buy or sell?
I think they want to get the ball into Penny's hands and Precise hands even more this year, but if Carson plays the way he played last year, it's going to be hard not to get the ball into his hands a lot. So I'm going to buy.
Okay.
I think he'll be I think he had 1,100 last year.
1,151.
Yeah, I think he'll be in that neighborhood again.
Okay. The Seahawks will have a receiver get over 1,000 yards this year. Buy or sell?
I sell. Lockett, what do you have, 700-800 last year?
It's 8 something, I think.
Yeah, there are too many guys, too many targets, and not one of them. I mean, Tyler Lockett, I believe, is clearly better than every other receiver on the team, but he's going to be used in a lot of ways, and the balls, there are a lot of hands to get the ball into. So, nobody's going to have 1,000 yards.
A year ago, the Seahawks had 43 sacks, right about the middle of the NFL. Buy or sell, Rick Lukens, the Seahawks will have more sacks this year than last year.
Buy. Last year they did have, Frank Clark and Jaron Reed producing pretty well for him. I just saw a quote from Dwayne Brown, noted offensive coordinator, noted defensive specialist. Noted defensive specialist Dwayne Brown.
And active recruiter.
Yeah, who says that Jadeveon Clowney can get 10 sacks easy for the Seahawks this year.
Okay.
He said it'll be easy. So I'll buy.
Okay, all right. Steve the Wingman.
I am Steve the Wingman.
You certainly are. Buy or sell, Steve. The Seahawks win more than 10 games this year. That's more than last year. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm gonna sell that. I think they're right around 10 games. So.
Okay, all right. Russell Wilson throws more touchdown passes this year than last. So he throws 35 or more this season. Are you buying that or selling?
Yeah, I mean, he improved by 1 from 17 to 18, so I'll give him at least 1 more in 19.
Okay.
So I will buy that.
Chris Carson goes over 1,000 yards. Buy or sell?
I certainly hope so, because that means he's healthy and good. So I'm going to be positive and buy that.
Okay. Buy or sell, the Seahawks have a receiver get over 1,000 yards this year. Buy or sell? Buy or sell, buy or sell, buy or sell.
Right. Lockett was right there last year, 965.
Oh, did he have that? I thought he was in the 800s. I apologize.
Yeah, he was close. And we're missing Doug Baldwin. When earlier you asked what are we looking forward to most? DK Metcalf is number one for me. I really want to believe with all of my heart that he is going to be a stud. So I'm going to say that the Seahawks do have at least one receiver with over 1,000 yards.
Are you saying
whether
it's
it's
DK
Lockett,
Metcalf?
whether it's Lockett or Metcalf? I hope it would be. I want Metcalf to have 15 touchdowns and 1,500 receiving yards, and just come out of nowhere and people be like, "Oh my gosh, what a stud!" Because I that's what I want. Now I know that's pie in the sky.
He's the rookie of the year if he gets that
right.
kind
Yes,
of numbers.
that's what I want. That's what I want from this guy. Amazing catches, bowling dudes over, speed down the sideline, touchdown Seahawks, yards, touchdowns. Come on. Yes.
The Seahawks will have more sacks this year than last. Buy or sell?
I'm going to optimistically buy that because, as you noted, Clark had 13, Reed had 10.5. Outside of that, 3 was the big number from anybody else, from Quentin Jefferson, Jacob Martin. So I think between and betwixt all of the guys, they will have more than 43. Yes, and by the way, Clowney does hit the double-digit mark for the first time in his career.
Okay. I'm selling the Seahawks win more than 10. I think it's 10-6. I had them 9-7 before the trade. I've upgraded that to 1 game. I don't think Russell Wilson throws for 35. I think he's close because I think they want to run the football, and they're going to try and run it in the red zone a little bit more. So I'm going to sell that. I'm going to sell Chris Carson runs for 1,000 yards because Rick said it. They want to get the ball in the hands of Penny, and they're going to make sure he gets it in his hands, and I think he will actually be a complimentary guy to Carson, which is going to keep him under 1,000 yards because he's not going to get the touches he had a year ago. I don't think the Seahawks get a receiver over 1,000 yards. I think they get a couple, maybe 3 in the 800 area. So I'm going to sell that. And I'm going to buy the Seahawks have more sacks because Jadeveon Clowney's going to play in a 4-3 defense, and that's all he has to do is rush the passer. And you're going to see a guy motivated because he's on a salary. He's playing for next year's money. And that is the great motivator in the National Football League now is big season means big money for Clowney. I think he has more than 16 sacks this year. I really do. I think we're going to go Frank Who when he's all said and done. All right, Steve, to the phone lines we go to play buy or sell.
All right, I was looking forward to hearing from this guy yesterday. He didn't get a chance to get on with excited Seahawk Donnie and David, but he's always hanging tough. It's Prognos.
All right, guys, it's dynamic. Yeah.
It's Prognos on the show today. He was the third caller yesterday. Steve, I didn't even know you answered the phone 3 times on buy or sell. I thought once you got 2 callers, you basically said, screw the rest of you.
I know. You like to pretend that I'm a big jerk, and we all like to pretend that I'm a big jerk. But really, I'm a nice person.
You run a tight ship, Steve.
He answered because it was Prognos.
Yeah, I knew. I saw the number.
Very distinctive ring.
Yeah, it's got the ringtone.
Yeah.
Dennis, you have the duck ringtone. And Rick has his Woody and Buzz Lightyear sounds on his watch.
Prognos, when the Prognos phone rings, it goes ring, ring.
There's no ringtone on that phone.
Yeah.
It's a flashing light. So what is it? The bat signal
Flash.
when Prognos calls?
Yeah, I could tell it was Prognos.
Yeah, it just kind of lights up and stays on. It doesn't blink on and off. Prognos,
That
thanks.
says a lot about Steve, how kind his soul is.
Yeah. Be careful, Prognos. I'm just telling you that right now. All right, I got 5 Seahawk questions. I hope you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, here we go. 5 questions. Buy or sell. Seahawks win more than 10. 11 or more games. Buy or sell. Prognos.
Yeah, I'm going to buy. I was on the fence, but I'm going to buy. I could see them getting that extra game or 2.
All right. Russell Wilson throws more touchdown passes this year than he does last year. Now, if he ties, that's actually a buy. So he gets 35 or more this year.
Yeah, I'll buy it. I think he can do it.
Okay. Chris Carson over 1,000 yards this year. Buy or sell?
I'm going to sell because I think Penny's going to take away a few more carries that are going to allow him to get there. So I'm going to sell it.
You know who's going to take away carries too?
Precise.
C.J. Precise.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
going to get 100 touches this year.
Maybe. Yeah. He'll get them all in the first 2 games, then he'll get hurt.
Seahawks have a receiver prognosis that goes for 1,000 or more. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm going to buy it. I think it's going to be one of those. It's going to be just right on the edge.
Okay. And the final question today is the Seahawks will have more sacks than they had a year ago. They had 43 last season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, big buy because Clowney's hungry. He's going to be going after people. I'm telling you.
Well, when you're playing for a big contract and maybe his last contract, he's going to be a motivated individual, as they like to say.
That's what I'm saying. I can't wait for this.
All right, Prognos, where are you going to be on Sunday? You going to be in your man cave?
Yeah, well, I'm in the process of moving, so probably I'm going to have the radio on.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You're not moving this weekend, are you?
Well, tell you, I'm moving. I'm getting everything so it's set. I'm moving the middle of the week.
Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. Well, good luck with the move, Prognos, and thanks for playing Buy or Sell.
All right, thanks. I like listening to Rabel more than I do what Fox is going to have to offer.
I don't. Yeah, and I don't know who. I don't know who Fox is broadcasting this. Who we got this week? So thanks for calling, Prognos. Have a great week.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, there you go.
Dynamic.
Yep.
Gabe with a text. He said, this just in, Precise out for week 1. He dropped a cotton ball on his big toe. So that's a injury update for you. That's just Gabe being funny. We do have an injury update. We'll give it to you after buy or sell. Steve, hopefully this is a Seahawk fan because we have 3 ties to break.
Well, I don't know if he's a Seahawk fan, but
well, then why would you call?
He went to Central Valley, and he's a Bear. He went to Washington State, so he's a Cougar. I'm calling him a Bearcat, not a Sam Houston State Bearcat, but he's a Bearcat, and he's also.
Hey! Oh wow!
First time caller. First time caller. A first time caller. First time caller. Just turn your radio down. No swearing allowed. Speak clearly into the phone and make mama proud.
It's Sammy the Bearcat.
Sammy, how are you?
Sir.
Sammy.
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good, Steve. Maybe could we call him a Bear Coug?
No.
Why not? He's a bear and a coug. He's not a cat.
Well, because there is a Bearcat. I mean, there's such thing as a Bearcat. There's no such thing as a Bear Coug.
You haven't been to Pullman on Saturdays, have you?
That's B-E-A-R.
Oh,
Coug, yeah.
oh no! I thought it was the other Bear Coug. Hey, Sammy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We hope you're a Seahawk fan.
I've been a Seahawks fan my whole life. I'm not a fan of the 12th man. That's the only thing I'm not.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm down with that.
These are not 12-man questions. They're on the field questions. So there you go. All right. Buy or sell, Sammy. The Seahawks win. Then this is the first of 3 tiebreakers. Win more than 10 games.
I'm going to sell because I like the 9-10 range.
Okay.
Yep.
Buy or sell, Russell Wilson throws more touchdown passes this year than last, so he throws more than 35.
Well, okay, so there's 16 games. He gets 2 a game, and he can throw an extra every now and then. So I'll buy it. I'll buy that.
All right. Third question. This is also a tiebreaker. Chris Carson rushes for 1,000 yards or more. Buy or sell. He had 1151 last year.
I got to sell it. I got to sell that one. Yeah.
Okay. Seahawks in the third and final tiebreaker have a receiver get over 1,000 yards. Buy or sell?
I'm with the wingman. I hope DK Metcalf does.
All right. So that would be a buy. And then the final question deals with sacks. The Seahawks will get more than the 43 they had a year ago. Buy or sell?
I think they're hungry. So I'm going to buy that.
Okay. That's a clean sweep. Sammy the Bearcat, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, fellas.
All right. First-time caller, Sammy, joining us.
Sammy.
Along with Prognos. 3-2, we sold. The Hawks win more than 10. 4-1, we're buying. Russell Wilson throws more TD passes than last year. That's 36 or more. Chris Carson rushes for 1,000 yards. We sold it. 3-2. 3-2, the Seahawks have a receiver get over 1,000 yards. We bought that. And 5-0, we have a clean sweep. We think the Hawks get more sacks than they had a year ago when they had 43. Again, Prognos, first-time caller Sammy. That's buy or sell. Brought to you by Dynamic Decks, custom decks Built right. We'll continue with more. Read some of your text as well. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrewed Coors Light studio. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. Aaron Best coming up at 5 o'clock. The Eastern Eagle head coach will join us live. It's Patchin and Lukens in the Frostbrewed Coors Light studio.
The ticket window is now open.
A lot of decks in Spokane are on the slope, especially the South Hill area. You get up there and their entire backyard is the deck.
Here's Matt Schupp, owner of Dynamic Decks.
We're going to create this space for you that you're going to spend all your time in because you don't have a lawn or they're on the slopes and they don't want stairs or whatever it is. We will create a space that you can just go out, have dinner on, your cup of coffee in the morning, whatever it is that you like to do, and just be there. You don't have to worry about anything because you don't have to paint it, you don't have to stain it, you can just sit there, enjoy. And that's why we use AZEK decking. We just don't have any problems with it. Kind of a long winter, and it just seemed like we just never got the heat, but now we're into summer, we're getting lots of phone calls, but we still have the opportunity to get you a deck before the end of summer.
Custom decks built right. Dynamic Decks. Visit them online, dynamicdecksinc.com, or phone 464-3325. Dynamic Decks.
Hey, hon, let's pick up a huge XLNY pizza.
Hey, Maps, give me directions to Papa Murphy's.
Boop, boop. Rerouting to Yumsville.
Oh, Molly, you don't have to do the Maps voice.
Boop, boop. Take a left on Huge Pizza Road.
Okay, babe, I can just follow the real directions.
Bake it up a notch tonight. Get any made-from-scratch XLNY with a foldable New York-style crust for only $9. Papa Murphy's Pizza. We make it, you bake it.
Get ready for Nashville Sessions at Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel. These are great shows where you can get up close to Nashville's newest stars.
Come hear the Swan Brothers live this Saturday, September 7th. You saw them on NBC's The Voice. Now hear them live. This show is free.
It's country. It's a party. It's Nashville Sessions, powered by Stoney's Rockin' Country. Only at Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Hi, I'm Dan Can, your Spokane Geico agent. September 15th is National Cleanup Day. Let us clean up your car insurance rates by giving you a free quote. Give your local Geico agent a call today or stop by our office on Division Street to see how much you could save.
Not a good day for the King. I'm Dennis Patch with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Felix Hernandez lasted just 3 innings. The Chicago Cubs 6-1 winners last night. Felix only gave up 2 runs, but he walked 4 batters and threw 70 pitches in those 3 innings. Wade LeBlanc wasn't much better, gave up 3 more runs in his 2 innings. Mariners off today, start a 4-game series Thursday at Houston. The playoffs begin tonight for the Spokane Indians. Spokane will open up the postseason with a best-of-3 series against Tri-City. Game 1 tonight at Avista Stadium at 6:30. Cougs move up 1 to number 22 in the Riders poll, stay at 21 in the coaches poll. Washington State will host Northern Colorado on Saturday. Washington, despite a win over Eastern Washington, falls 1 spot in the Riders poll down to 14. The Dogs stay at number 12 in the coaches poll. Washington opens up the Pac-12 season hosting Cal Saturday. The 700 ESPN 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
Forget the word of the day. It's worth 50,000 bonus points, but you can only get it by listening to Patchin and Lukens.
700 ESPN 105.3 FM. Will McNeil's the latest winner. He's picked himself up a family fair pack to the Spokane Interstate Fair. Starts this weekend. Runs all next week. Thank you, Will, for listening. We'll have another family fair pack to give away on tomorrow's program. When Steve opens up the ticket window, we'll have a pair of tickets to see the Mariners and the White Sox on the 14th. That's a week from Saturday. It'll be Ichiro celebration night at T-Mobile Park, and there's a limited edition bobblehead of Ichiro. It's for his last time on the field, the tip of the cap pose. I believe that was done in Japan, was it not, after he played his final game, the tip of the cap?
Yeah.
And the Mariners have a bobblehead for that, and they will hand that out on the 14th. That's a week from Saturday night. Travis said, caller 7 today. Almost. Come on, Steve. Travis is trying to win. Corey said, thoughts on tomorrow's NFL game. Bears -3, a lock?
I think they'll win by more than that. Green Bay's in a little bit of trouble. So, yeah.
Are you buying Mitchell Trubisky?
I don't have to. I just have to buy that Bears defense.
Okay, but if they're going to do something, he has to do. They can't win games 6-0 all the time.
I think Trubisky is an adequate quarterback, and in the right situation, I think he's fine. Is
he Joe Flacco then?
No, I think honestly, I think it's very likely there's very little difference between Mitchell Trubisky and Jared Goff. To tell you the truth,
really?
Yeah.
He's just in a different system.
Quarterbacks, and Jared Goff is surrounded by a bunch of good receivers and a top 3 running back.
Bears have built their team differently. I'm not all in on Mr. Trubisky quite yet. Dan says a week ago we were saying the Seahawks defensive line would be a huge liability. Now we just bought 5-0. They will get more sacks than last year. What a difference a week makes.
Isn't that funny? You had one person. I think huge liability might be overstating it. It was their weak point. There's no question it was their weak point, and now maybe it's not. Now maybe the defensive backfield is their weak point.
I don't think that's even up for debate.
Yeah.
Because the linebacking core, according to multiple people who rank position groups, say it's the best linebacking core in the National Football League.
But of all the units, I'd say defensive backfield is the weakest, and then maybe next is receiver.
I agree with that.
Yeah. And after that, it's pretty solid.
And then I think it's running back.
Yeah.
Because there's too many questions on your backup.
Okay.
Penny. You start looking around at some of the. There's no questions about the quarterback. There's no questions about the linebackers. You're running out of position groups.
If your third weakest position group is running back, and you're coming off a year where you led the NFL in rushing, I say you're doing pretty good.
I am too, but that was one guy last year.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so we're going to see. The Seahawks have already said they're going to try and give Penny the ball more than Carson. And by the last 2 preseason games, Pete Carroll loves C.J. Prosise. He's going to get touches. Carson may not have as many touches as he had last year.
Maybe be fresher toward the end of the season.
Yeah, you're more optimistic when it comes to the Seahawks than I am at certain places.
If the aggregate yards goes up and Chris Carson's personal yards goes down a little, I got no problem with that.
I don't either. Yeah. I don't know if Prosise can stay healthy, and nobody knows that. And I don't know what you can expect from Penny.
We're a few days away from
we're going to find out. We are going to find out. Gabe with a text. Who were your first 3 picks in your fantasy league, guys?
We're not allowed to talk about our fantasy team.
He asked a question. You can tell.
I'm kind of embarrassed to say what my first 3 picks.
No, say it, because you're playing in a group with a bunch of idiots, okay?
All right. I'm going to tell you my first 4 picks. Then.
Yes, this is unfreaking believable.
These are my first 4 picks. Please feel free to comment. I picked third. My first.
Did you snake it so you went down and then back up and then down and then back up?
Down and then back up, and then we go halfway down and back. There's some weird formula. You end up about the same. But my first pick was Saquon Barkley, picking third. Then coming back, I got Ezekiel Elliott. Then I got Julio Jones, and then I got Juju Smith-Schuster. Those are my first 4 picks.
And how many teams? 10?
There were 9. Yeah.
Steve, did you have a fantasy draft?
Yeah.
Who do you got?
I picked 10th, and I got Lamar Miller, the guy that's out for the year. And then I got Andrew Luck.
No, you're lying.
And then
you're lying.
And then I went with Golden Tate in the 5th round. He's suspended.
Steve.
That's funny.
So I don't know if Steve's playing or not. I guarantee he didn't get those guys. There is somebody though out there that has Miller and Luck. Guaranteed, because some of these people decide they're going to pick. They draft way too early. Yeah. You shouldn't be drafted until this past weekend when the last preseason game is over. But it's the Labor Day weekend. We can't draft on the Labor Day weekend. We got to do stuff with the family. If you're going to play fantasy, play fantasy. Knock it off. I don't have a team. I wanted Lukens League, and he won't let me. I wanted him for the last 3 years. He just keeps raking in the cash. Ramona texting us from Reardon's. First-time texter. Thanks for listening, Ramona.
Reardon Ramona.
Reardon Ramona. She said, we have not started school yet. Our school is being remodeled.
Oh, that's right.
Our start date has been pushed back in Reardon until September 16th.
Oh, wow. Get some of the harvest in then.
Gosh, when are they going to be done?
Yeah,
like July 1st?
Get that harvest in before the 16th, man.
Have you been out there? You driven out there? They're almost done.
Yeah.
The pelouse is almost completely cut.
Wow.
The wheat is almost all gone. The peas are still there. Vince says he's listening on the web, Point Defiance Point in Tacoma.
Oh. Hey, I was right near there on Sunday. I was down there at Point Ruston.
Said beautiful sunny day at the beach. Tacoma starts school tomorrow. Yeah, rub it in, Vince. We're in a room with no windows. Thanks a lot. There you go. All right. Those are your texts from buy or sell. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, Aaron Best will join us, head coach of the Eastern Washington Eagles. He's live in Cheney. Practice is done. They're getting ready for the Saturday home opener. We'll visit with him next. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Dave Smith's low prices sale is here. Our prices are low. Save up to $14,500 on a new Chevy Silverado truck. Find new roads. 800-635-8000. DaveSmiths.com.
It's time to make some memories at Avondale Golf Course in Hayden Lake. Avondale's top-notch junior golf program is a great way for younger golfers to enjoy the summer. The course is beautiful, the staff is friendly, and the pro shop is fully stocked with everything you need to up your game. While you're there, ask about the current club membership specials and check out the new Avondale Bar and Grill menu. Book your tee time today. Visit AvondaleGolfCourse.com for more details.
Message and data rates may apply.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head? Comb it over? Wear a hat? Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration expert, can give you your real, natural-looking hair back permanently. They're giving away an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card to everyone who texts SAVE11 to 85850. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. You wash it. You cut it. It's your own real, naturally growing hair. And the best part, Bosley's permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Let them show you for free how awesome your hair could look with an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. Text SAVE11 to 85850. That's SAVE11 to 85850.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions. Like Company Pages, where you can get people excited about working for you. And we give you this toy monkey, which will bang its cymbals when the right resume appears. Okay, there is no monkey. I said there is no monkey! But Company Pages, for sure.
See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Visit Indeed.com/promo to try Company Pages for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Your clients want beautiful floors that stay beautiful. You want clients that stay happy after the job is done. Home Decorators Collection water-resistant 8mm flooring, exclusively from the Home Depot, is a laminate you can stand behind because it stands up to demanding homeowners. They get the beauty they want, you get to give them a quote that will floor them. Home Decorators Collection water-resistant 8mm laminate, just $158 a square foot, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only, see store for details.
Brock and Salk, weekday morning 7 to 10.
Do you see Dwayne Brown now as one of the, biggest leaders on this team? Because also I thought a sub-storyline here was just how much he has taken on that leadership role.
John Schneider said in 2011 that all the best teams he's been on, the meeting room, the offensive line room has been one of the strongest rooms.
Brock and Salk, weekday mornings on 700 ESPN.
Dennis Patchin and Rick Lukens, the 2 biggest names in local sports.
You are entitled to your opinion.
Weekdays at 3 on 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM. back to the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio on 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio. Always a pleasure to welcome this man on the show. He joins us every Wednesday here, and it's Aaron Best, the head coach of the Eastern Washington Eagles. And normally we have to record Aaron because of the practice schedule just doesn't fit into our schedule, but it does today, and we've got him on live. Aaron, how are you, man?
I'm good. It's better to be live than taped because then you get the real version of Eagle football from our mouths. So always a pleasure to get with you and Rick on this, and it's always fun to be part of.
We always appreciate it. We look forward to your interview every week. Aaron, I know that you guys have moved past the Washington game, but we need to ask you a few questions about it. Just from your perspective, what happened in that game?
Well, I think first off, we haven't moved past. Now, we've put the film to bed, but there's still got to be a level of sting that's taking place because in sports, I think that's probably one of the worst, if not the worst thing in sports, is to be on the wrong end of the scoreboard. Yes, those are all learning moments, but we didn't play our best ball, and we got behind the sticks from the first snap of the game on offense, started out 1st and 15 after a false start, had 3 penalties on the first drive, and just never really consistently moved the ball all day other than a few drives. But I was proud of the bunch. 2 times we went 10-plus play drives, got a score late in the second quarter in a 2-minute situation to cut the score to 28-7 with a little bit of momentum going into halftime. But we just didn't play our best ball. We played a phenomenal team and a quarterback that was absolutely on fire in his first start and really his first action in 2 years. So they're to be commended. They played a great game, and we just didn't make enough plays at the end of the day. And we'll learn and take from that game what we need to and apply it as we go forward.
Darren, you mentioned it, but the one thing for me as I watched the game was the penalties that negated gains and put you in a hole. Do you think the penalties and the mistakes were more reflective of your guys trying to make plays against a Power 5 opponent, or do you think it's reflective of something that really needs to change with this team?
Well, Rick, when you really boil it down, you see that first game for a lot of teams, there are 10, 12, 14, 16 penalties, and that 3-hour game ends up being about 3.5, 4 hours. We had 5 in the total in the game, and 3 of them were on offense in the first drive. 2 of them were false starts, and that's what we always harp about or on here is those pre-snap or those post-play penalties. Those are in your control to be able to negate those, not minimized, to truly not have those at all. We had a holding penalty on the exterior to negate a 20-plus yard chunk game by Jace Gilder, and those things are going to happen. The physical penalties we can live with. It's the mental penalties that are hard to overcome because those are usually pre-snap or post-play, and so we'll clean it up a little bit, but all in all, the first game, 0 turnovers, 5 penalties, and most of those were 5-yard varieties. There is something to be taken from that and turn those into somewhat positive things when we talk to the team on Sunday.
Aaron Best, head coach of the Eastern Washington Eagles, getting ready for the home opener. Just before we get to that, you're an offensive guy. You've played offense your entire career. You've coached offense your entire career. How good is Jacob Eason?
How great is Jacob Eason? He's special. Yeah. I mean, he's special, and they did a good job at protections. Mixed up the run-pass game enough, play action, because they had some consistent run game. So to keep us off balance, number one, Coach Hampton did a great job putting Jacob in situations. But there was times where guys were open, and he found them. And there's times where guys were absolutely covered twice in the end zone of the end zone variety, and they came down with the ball. Just got the crumbs of the turf enough to be able to put 6 points on the board. So even in situations where we were playing really, really sound and really, really good defense in those man-to-man situations, they found a way to make plays, and a lot of that's due to the play calling, but individual efforts in the receiving core. And Junior Adams has a lot to do with that, and I told him that after the game, that you could see a certain amount of difference from last year's performance all season, watching their entire season to this year in that first game. Those guys believed that they were going to make plays. The quarterback allowed them to make plays, and they executed when the play was on the line.
What about going forward with this week and kind of changing gears, different opponent, home game? Has it been a noticeably different week, or do you just kind of keep things on an even keel as you get ready to play this next game?
Well, as you guys know, and you guys cover sports enough, you know, a lot of coaches and players are kind of creatures of habit a little bit, so you don't want to get too different in terms of your approach, in terms of your practice plans. We do tweak things based on, you know, some health, based on weather, based on heaviness of legs, based on kind of certain outfits we may be facing in terms of the offense or defensive scheme we may be seeing the next week. And so we do that every week regardless of the opponent. But it will be nice to get back on our home turf. Those guys take a lot of pride in protecting the red field. And I think it's I think we'll be, because of the humbling we took last week, I think we'll be focused, energized, and looking forward to truly dictating tempo in all three phases of the game.
Aaron Best, head coach of the Eastern Washington Eagles. Your evaluation of Eric Berrier in the first game?
Solid. You know, there's tight windows when you play FBS schools, no matter who they are, and especially when you face a great defense. I think there was a few things out there that were first game mishaps in terms of whether it be a pull in a read zone concept or a throw where we could have maybe got guys out in space and it was handed. Those things we'll learn off film. It's not going to be perfect. We don't expect to be perfect, but we want to chase perfection. So mistakes are going to be made. As much as we can minimize those mistakes, that's always our goal every week. But when you're facing a talented and really kind of an experienced bunch, maybe not experienced starters, but experienced bunch, you know, those windows become tighter. The play becomes faster. Your decision making is that much more important. And so we'll get back on the saddle. Eric will be just fine. And I think the one thing we've got to remember here is let Eric be Eric. You know, he's going to have to improvise at times, whether that be first down or fourth down. When we get the opportunity, we get in scramble situations, move the sticks, get out of bounds, get a new set of chains. And so that was his first start of the start of a season, and so that is out of the way, and now he comes home and now he gets to run the offense and just let him play, let the others around him make the game easy for him, and we'll see how that all unfolds on Saturday.
Is there any area or unit on the field, Aaron, where, you know, I mean, in spite of the final score of the game in Seattle, where you came out feeling really good about a unit or an aspect of your program that you might have been slightly unsure of going in?
You know, not unsure. And one game is not a ton of data, Rick.
Yeah.
I think you got to grab 3-4 home, away, you know, your level opponents, on the road, your level opponents, and just kind of put them in different environments before you kind of make that determination. I think at times, I mean, you expect a senior offensive line to be able to protect and be able to get the ball out, and I think we did a solid job of that. We weren't as good as we could have or should have been up front at times. Just happened to be in third and fourth down moments where we gave up sacks. Because of the 4 sacks, 3 of them were on third down and 1 of them was on fourth down. So if we give those up, ideally we'd like to do it on first or second down to give ourselves a chance on third and fourth. And but I think we'll continue to grow at the wide receiver position. There's not a ton of holes when you're facing an FBS highly talented defense in the run game. So we'll continue to hammer away at the run game aspect. I think our linebackers played really solid all day long. Didn't get a ton of pressure on the defensive line, but I don't think that's lack of talent. I think that's again due to their schemes and their players that we were facing, and that we'll continue to grow at the corner position. You know, we obviously didn't have a great day at corner. We knew we were young, but we can't coach experience. So experiences we need to learn from, and we'll continue to grow from. And the safety position I thought played really, really solid with Dante Hayes, Tyson Prunty, you know, Anthony Smith and Cal Kreiner back there, along with Joe Lang and Kendrick Joss at the rover position. So there were some good bright spots. We just didn't put enough put enough bright lights together consistently.
Aaron, you're kind of in a catch-22. It's hard to evaluate your team against a top 15 team. Now you get a D2 team, so how do you evaluate your team after this game?
Well, I think that's going back to where it's at. I think that non-conference is a great evaluative measure. You know, whether it's 3 games in most years or 4 games this year, I think that's where you kind of have a decent feel. You're still evolving as a team, obviously, and we don't want to play our best ball in game 1. We want to grow to play our best ball towards the end of the year. That's to me the barometer of a good team, a good foundation, and they continue to get better week in and week out. And so it is different when you're playing an FBS program like Washington on the road, and then all of a sudden you come home against a Division II outfit, and then much like last year where we went on the road came home against Central Washington to start things, went on the road against Flagstaff. We didn't really know who we were against a ranked Northern Arizona opponent, and then we went down to Pullman and took some lumps down in Pullman. And so at that point, a lot of people thought, wow, how are we going to be? What are we going to do? And then we kind of turned things on from that first league game on. And so hopefully we kind of put some super unleaded gas in the tank and rev the engine up high and put that thing in drive and drive as fast as we can. But it's going to take some time. You know, we're a 2019 version of the Eagles, not a 2018 version, and we'll collectively as coaches put the pieces together and see where this is going to take us. But I think it's going to be a better part of that non-league season in terms of the 4 games. Then heading into that first league game, we'll have a pretty good idea about what our identity will become towards the end of the year.
As you progress through this game against, as we said, Division II Lindenwood, and who knows what the score is going to be, who knows how the game's going to go. But if there's an opportunity to put some other guys into the game, I guess looking at it from the other perspective, Aaron, I mean, how much with your top 30, 35 players, how much do you want them to be in this game before you give them a rest?
Well, you know, it's interesting you ask, because my mindset changed as an assistant probably 5 or 6 years ago, where I was dead set playing 5 offensive linemen. That the starter's going to play until the wheels fall off. And my mind kind of started thinking, well, there's usually 2 or 3 other guys that have practiced their tails off all week, and they've earned reps, but they're not getting them because we're just going to be stuck in our ways and do what we've always done and play the starters. So we've taken the approach, even well before I was a head football coach, is if you've earned reps, we're going to find ways to get you in the game because you've earned those reps. And so whether it be on special teams, offense or defense, we play a lot of games around here. So by the end of the year, I think we've become fresher because regardless of it's been an FBS opponent, FCS opponent, or Division II opponent, we've played a lot of guys, a lot of situations. So the more you can, I guess, dangle carrots to say if you earn the right to play this week, you will force us to play you as players, the better off we are as a team. And so regardless of our opponent, those guys kind of dictate their playing time. The score's not going to necessarily dictate that. It's more of the week preparation. So we usually we probably play 45 to 50 guys a game in any given game, OD or special teams. And so we're not stuck in playing 11 on O, 11 on D, and using all starters on special teams. We're going to put guys in positions that we think are the best positions for us to be the most successful we can on that Saturday. So regardless of reps, they'll determine the reps as we go forward. But anytime you can get extra reps and steal reps to get them to guys, the opportunity to see those guys on film play and make plays and learn from it is always a pleasure.
Aaron, does that include this game as one of those 4 games that you can play guys in that you're going to redshirt, but this is one of the games that they play in? How does that factor in through the season?
Well, we may do it different than other teams. We've taken it upon ourselves as coaches, Dennis, to collectively get together on Sunday nights and determine who we deem as Eagle shirts. So guys that are potentially going to play. Well, we're going to determine who's going to suit up on Sunday. That doesn't mean they're going to play on Saturday, but that just means they have an opportunity to suit that they may play. So some may be closer to playing than others. And so we look at that early on in the week. We make that determination early in the week who could, and then how much they factor in throughout the week of practice will determine if that's going to be the case. Some positions it's going to be more than others. Some positions are going to be less than others. We're not going to probably play a bunch of offensive linemen. That's just kind of they're not there yet mentally, physically, and emotionally, and so they're going to probably have less guys that are in that 4-game situation. But in others, it certainly is a possibility. But we don't determine that Saturday necessarily as coaches. We determine that Sunday, and then see where those guys factor in once the game kind of unfolds.
It's kind of a learning process for everybody. Everybody's kind of experimenting. They did it last year, and it's like everybody seems to have a different take on it this year. It's like, we're going to do it differently. That didn't always work last year. So this is kind of one of those evolving things. But you know what? Every coach I've talked to, Aaron, says that those 4 games that guys can play and still can redshirt keeps guys motivated throughout the whole season, as opposed to if they just think they're going to be a redshirt.
It does. I think it's a great plan of attack. I think it's also not just the redshirt piece, but also the safety measures to be able to take reps from guys and give them to others in certain situations. And we had some guys play first 4 games last year and shut them down, and we had one gentleman that played in 1 game, and that 1 game was in January in the national championship game. And so we've kind of, depending on the position, depending on the need, depending on the earned reps, is truly dependent on a lot of variables. And so I don't think there's an easy answer. I think each team may do it differently. Some guys, we're going to put them in the oven for a year for sure, but other guys, they may be closer to playing than others. And so I'd like ideally to redshirt everybody every year with the ability to play in 4 games to get a taste of college football, but certainly it is a motivating factor, which helps us as coaches in the fall.
Aaron, we appreciate the time. Thanks so much. Good luck this weekend. We'll visit with you next week.
Sounds good. Always look forward to it, guys. Appreciate it.
That is Aaron Best joining us here. Patchin and Lukens in the Frostbrook Coors Light studio. We'll come back. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
700 ESPN. Life without VIP.
So bored. Hello? No, I don't want a free insurance quote.
Life with VIP. You choose the 700 ESPN Field Pass, your VIP access to all things cool and free. Powered by Toyota. Let's go places. Get yours today at 700ESPN.com.
The ticket window is now open.
Do you need a CPAP even when you travel? Are you tired of lugging along your big home CPAP? Why not cut the size, cut the cord, and cut the cost with a travel mini CPAP from mytranscend.com. They've helped thousands of folks just like you sleep better anywhere without compromising CPAP performance. To learn more, call 1-800-435-2585. It's half the size of a typical home CPAP system and has the power options to take you anywhere, even off-grid. Transcend Mini CPAP is widely known as one of the best values around, and you can try it risk-free with a 100% money-back guarantee when you buy direct now at 1-800-435-2585. That's 1-800-435-2585. 1-800-435-2585. Or go to mytranscend.com.
Residential Home Solutions Summer 3 Ways to Save has begun. Invest in our new windows and receive rebates and cash back. Need new siding? Save 20% off our regular price on installed James Hardie Color Plus and eliminate painting your home. Right now, you can also receive special pricing with 50% off our installation on a new Provia entry door system made by Amish craftsmen. Call 892-6460 or go to residentialhs.com today to set up a free estimate. Residential Home Solutions. Home improvements. Custom fit for life.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Washington Army National Guard. Aired by the Washington State Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Brock and Salk, weekday mornings 7 to 10.
You've got a Pro Bowl caliber player like Dwayne Brown recruiting a fellow Pro Bowl caliber player and former teammate like Jadeveon Clowney to come to Seattle because of this winning culture. And to me, that's quite a change, quite an evolution in just about a year. And I think speaks to also just the culture that Pete and John have built here.
Brock and Salk, weekday mornings on 700 ESPN.
Dave Smith's low prices sale is here. Our prices are save up to $12,000 on a new GMC Sierra trunk. We are professional grade. 800-635-8000. DaveSmiths.com.
The Cougs move up and the Dogs fall. I'm Dennis Patchin with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Not much movement in either top 25 poll, but the Cougars did move up one spot to number 22 in the Riders poll. The Cougars stay at number 21 in the Coaches poll. Despite a win over Eastern Washington, Washington slipping down one spot to number 14 in the Riders poll. The Coaches keeping the Huskies in at number 12. The Pac-12 naming Washington State Cougar quarterback Anthony Gordon Player of the Week in his first college start. Felix Hernandez lasted just 3 innings. Mariners 6-1 losers to the Chicago Cubs. Mariners off today, start a 4-game series in Houston on Thursday. The Northwest League playoffs start tonight. The Spokane Indians will host Tri-Cities. It's game 1 of the best-of-3 series. It'll start tonight at Avista Stadium. First pitch comes your way at 6:30. This 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
I'll tell you, we're at the end of, I don't know about you, but I thought it was a great summer. A lot more warmth and comfort and a lot less smoke. That was fantastic. Summer's coming to an end, and we're saying hello to a busier schedule, but there's plenty to remind us of summer, including a home that might need a little bit of freshening up, and Zero Res can help you with that, and that will fit into that aforementioned busy schedule. Yeah, if summer treated you well, then maybe your carpet took a little bit of a beating from, I don't know, stray grass clippings to popsicle drippings. Things happen when you're having fun. Back to school could be the time that you say, hey, let's get back to clean. And that's not a big time commitment when you have Zero Res. Just give them a call. They'll book a time, and they will show up on time. One of the things that we love about Zero Res is they just go right to work. I mean, they get busy, and they clean. They're usually done in a couple of hours, even with 4 rooms. And by the time the kids get home from school, the carpet is mostly dry and cleaned so well, leaving no dirt-attracting residue, that you're probably, if it's like our house, you're good until next September. About a year or more between carpet cleanings. So you're saving money, and you're getting the best cleaning possible for your dollar. Schedule that back to clean appointment for your home. Tell them Rick Lukens said to call. It'll be just $44 a room, minimums apply. Just call Zero Res at 92 Clean. Call 92 Clean or book online at ZeroResSpokane.com. Zero Res carpets and air ducts, the right way to clean.
Afraid to call? You can email the show at areyoukkiddingme@700ESPN.com.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio. Nick Wood has won Mariner tickets. He's going to Seattle to see the Chicago White Sox and the Seattle Mariners on the 14th. It's Ichiro Celebration Night. Get a limited edition bobblehead. Got to get there early.
Ichiro.
And enjoy the game, Nick. Appreciate it. We have one last thing to give away today. And Steve's going to open up the ticket window. And when he does, for the final time today, a pair of tickets to see Foreigner in concert on Wednesday, the 11th, at the Spokane Interstate Fair. The winner will receive 2 admissions to the fair and then 2 admissions to Foreigner live at the fair on Wednesday the 11th. So not only do you get to go to the fair, the Spokane Interstate Fair that starts coming up this weekend, but you also get to see Foreigner in concert, and that will be caller 10 when the ticket window opens at 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776. We'd like to thank the Spokane Interstate Fair for allowing us to give away all of these great prizes, rodeo tickets, the opportunity to see Foreigner in concert, and the Family Fair Pack. We're happy to be partners with the Spokane Interstate Fair, and we're looking forward to another great year. So there you go. Belmont Dave says, hey, guys, we're not done on the Palouse with the harvest. Probably a couple weeks for some farmers. Tell Chris to stop the rain. Belmont Dave, Cougs by 50 this weekend. Somebody asked the question, will the Cougs cover? We won't get a line probably until Friday because they're against an FCS school, so we never see those lines until late. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care what the line is. Take the Cougs and lay the points. The Northern Colorado is that bad. Okay, like I said, if New Mexico State played them, New Mexico State would win by at least 40. This is going to be an epic loss.
The other thing is that Washington State, I mean, they kind of clear the bench a little bit, last week. But, when Max Borghi comes out, another really good running back goes in. And they've got like 15 or more great receivers.
Yeah.
So when they're clearing the bench from their starting receivers, they're bringing in guys who are really good athletes, who are making plays anyway.
Oh, and by the way, the guy who will play quarterback, the second guy, is a 2-time Peyton finalist. Okay? There's no drop-off when Anthony Gordon leaves and Gage Gubru comes in the game.
Yeah.
So yes, I don't know what the line is, but yes, they will cover. Unless it's 80. Then I'd have to think about it.
Well, Coach Best was not hesitant in his praise for Jacob Eason, the Husky quarterback. And I watched the game, and I got to back him up on that. First of all, he stood taller in the pocket than I've seen a Husky quarterback stand in a long time. He's got a gun. The gun is as advertised.
Is Brock Heward the last Husky quarterback that was that big on the field?
Yeah, and Heward was a little on the bony side, I thought, by comparison to Eason. Eason's more solid. What's he going, about 220?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, maybe a little bit more than that.
Yeah, and I think Brock was in the low 200s.
But as far as height,
Brock stood tall. Another one would be, you have to go way back to like Cody Pickett, the guy who was that big and had that big an arm. No, but that's how far back you have to go on Husky quarterbacks, because Jake Browning was fast, but he didn't stand that tall in the pocket, and he did not have the gun that Jacob Eason has.
Well, Locker was what, 6'2".
Yeah, and Eason's 6'6".
6'6".
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you right now, you see that dude walking through an airport, he looks like a quarterback.
Oh, yeah. I gotta wonder what. I gotta ask this question: was Jake Haener that good? That quarterback battle was that close? I mean, they were going up against a Big Sky school, okay, and maybe the knock on Eason was that intellectually he was below Haener. Okay? I don't care. I can't imagine why it was that tough a decision between Jake Haener and Jacob Eason after what I saw on Saturday. I'll change my mind, we'll watch him against a good Cal defense and see what happens.
Can I give you a theory on that?
Well, I know what it is, but go ahead.
Chris Peterson was trying to keep Jake Haener at that school, and he was trying to play him in that first game so he couldn't transfer out. And that's why the decision came down until the end.
To the last minute.
And that's why when he said he made his decision, both guys are going to play.
Yeah. And it might be that comment that caused Haener to transfer.
It might have been.
that both guys are going to play.
Right, because he was thinking, I'm not wasting a year sitting behind this guy.
Because Eason looks like the real deal. Let's see him against a Pac-12 school, and we'll see that this week. Cal's coming in.
He was pretty good against SEC schools the year he played.
Yes, he was. Cal's coming in. So a couple questions on this. because Easton will be up against a good – Cal has a stout defense. You remember the score last year between Cal and the UW? I think the final was 12-10.
Yeah.
And Hainer played in that game.
Yeah, Cal hangs its hat on its defense.
Yeah, I know Justin Wilcox is a defensive-oriented coach, okay? And Cal's coming off a 27-14, 27-13 win over Cal Davis. Should have been more than that.
And they were behind most of the first half.
Here's my question. How important is this season for Bo Baldwin at Cal in getting that offense going and getting it up to snuff with the defense?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Does he have a quarterback?
The quarterback is the
older brother?
Garbers.
Is the older brother
Chase Garbers?
Is the older brother of a Husky recruit who's committed there, and he said he's rooting for the Huskies to beat his brother's team.
Yeah, Ethan's the other kid. They're from Southern California.
Yeah.
And so this Garbers kid for Cal, he played most of last season for him, and he was okay, maybe not by Pac-12 standards. His numbers were passable.
Pedestrian at best.
Yeah, by Pac-12 standards, certainly.
He struggled last year.
Yeah, so I don't know. And what's up with the brother? Okay, here's the brother. The brother is Ethan. He's all in. He's a verbal commit like last spring.
Yeah.
To go to the UW. Okay, and last spring when he made his verbal commit, Colson Yankoff was still there. Dylan Morris was coming in. Jake Hainer was still there. Jacob Eason was the guy who was going to be the starting quarterback.
And who's the other guy who stayed that they talked out of the transfer portal was still there?
And Sermon, Jacob Sermon was still. All those guys were there, and this kid's coming in. He's saying, "Yeah, I mean, I like competition. I'm going to battle for that job." Why? And then next year, the year after he comes in, Luke Heward is coming in, okay? And then all bets are off because Luke Heward is already the starting quarterback for 2022. He already is. I just don't get it sometimes.
That guy,
that a Southern California kid who's only a 3-star product is going to come up here and compete against 4-star guys and 5-star guys.
He's never going to take a snap for Washington. He's not.
I don't get it.
And if I'm the older brother, next time I see him, he's getting a noogie. Because he's publicly come out and said, I'm rooting against you for a team I've not yet signed with.
Right. Okay. That one, I mean, I just, so, at some point I was like blaming the UW for just recruiting too many top quarterbacks. That you're inviting transfers. You're inviting the transfer portal to fill up. But you got to put a lot of that on these kids who are coming in. And yes, Colson Yankoff's at UCLA now, but this kid came over from Coeur d'Alene saying, I can beat out these guys. And then he didn't, and he left. So, I mean, it's got to be on the kid, too.
But that's what everybody does, Rick. Everybody signs a quarterback in every class because guys are going to transfer. Yeah. If coaches knew that guys weren't going to transfer, they might not sign a guy in every class.
If I'm an in-demand young quarterback in high school right now, and UW comes knocking on my door right now, I'm saying no, thank you. Unless you tell me that Luke Heward is going somewhere else, and I want to play. Oh, by the way, I want to play. I don't just want the education. I want to play. Okay, why would I go to UW? When I said Luke Heward is already the starting quarterback for 2022, guys, I'm not kidding about that. He is.
I completely agree with you. The Heward kid is coming in there, and he will be a starter his first year there. And if he's not in the first game, he's certainly going to be by week 3 or 4.
Yeah. I don't know why you would go there. There's no argument you can make to me that there's a good reason to go there unless you don't care about playing.
Right. But guys don't think of that. They think I'm better than the rest of these guys, Rick.
Sam Heward, I'm sorry, not Luke Heward. Luke Heward was the youngest Heward brother who went and played at North Carolina. Yeah. There's so damn many Hewards. I'm sorry. It is Sam Heward from Kennedy Catholic High School.
People knew who you were talking about. Here's the thing. what makes these quarterbacks that are at that level great is their confidence. And they honestly believe that I'm going to go to Washington. Colton Yankoff thought that. The Sermon kid thought that. Hayner thought that. They all think that. I'm going to go, and I'm going to be the guy. And because I'm the best quarterback. Because everybody around me tells me I'm the best quarterback. Yeah. That's all I've heard. They go in there. They all of a sudden see that they're fourth on the depth chart. They start looking around, and they still think they're the best quarterback, but they're not getting the opportunity. That's why they leave. I'm still good. I'm going. Look what happened to Jacob Eason. He went to Georgia, lost his job due to injury. He transferred out of there. It happens everywhere.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks are transferring at record. It doesn't matter where you go. You can go to Idaho. You can go to Eastern. You can go to Washington State. They're losing a quarterback. Every one of these teams is losing a quarterback, if not every year, then certainly every other year. Remember who quarterbacked the Central Washington Wildcats against Eastern last year? Riley Hennessy. Where did he start? Eastern.
Yeah.
It just that's what happens now. All right, we're going to take a timeout. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrook Coors Light studio. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
The ticket window is now open.
This is your Coors Light Eagle Minute, a look at Eastern Washington University athletics. I'm Larry Weir. The football team started their 2019 season with a loss at Washington last weekend, but it was a good weekend for former Eagle players who made NFL rosters. Head coach Aaron Best says having several players in the pro ranks helps recruiting, but it's not the main sales point.
The go-to is what we are, what we believe in, what our culture is, how we're going to nurture and mentor these student athletes if and when they come to Cheney for the next 4 to 5 years. And so that's just kind of one of those extracurricular things, because if guys are coming just for that reason, I don't know if they're coming for the right reason.
5 former Eagles are on current active rosters as Cooper Kupp, Samson Ebukam, and Simba Webster all made the Rams roster, plus Kendrick Bourne with San Francisco and Tywan Jones with Houston. Aaron Neary was not cut by the Rams and was placed on injured reserve, and Jake Rogers initially made the Broncos' 53-man roster but was released Monday and then re-signed to the practice squad yesterday. That's your Eagle Minute, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell Ford, Wendell Nissan, and Wendell Pre-Owned. Over 500 vehicles in one location.
One more sunny, warm day, and then some changes in the forecast. Hi, it's Chris Crocker in the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Center. Sunny for Thursday with a high temperature of 88. Clouds will be moving in late in the day, and by Friday we have a chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high of 78. Dry and warm on Saturday.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell at the Y. Online at Wendell.com.
Honey, it feels like a sauna in here.
We gotta call Dr. Andy.
Did someone page Dr. Andy? Ma'am, you may need an AC tune-up.
Don't let this happen to you. Page one of our highly trained Sturm technicians today for your $99 AC tune-up special. Beat the heat and call Sturm today at 325-4505 and stay cool this summer. For more than 70 years, Sturm Heating and Air Conditioning has been the leader in the Inland Northwest for all your HVAC needs. Sturm Heating and Air Conditioning, your one-stop service shop. Contact us today.
We love the Pacific Northwest. There's so much to offer. Plan your next adventure with NorthwestTickets.com.
Saturday, September 14th, it's the 12th annual Runway Renegades Fashion Show. Runway Renegades is a non-competitive fashion event filled with local artists, designers, stylists, and photographers showcasing their talents. This fun, fashion-filled night is open to all ages, and tickets are only $30.
Visit NorthwestTickets.com to help create your next memory. NorthwestTickets.com.
Global Credit Union would like to thank our military and their families for the sacrifices made by asking everyone to wear red on Friday this summer. Why is it red? Remember, everyone deploy. Red Friday was created to remind people of our heroes overseas. Global Credit Union invites you to show your support from Memorial Day through September 11th by wearing red every Friday. You can also pick up a Support Your Troops wristband at any Global Credit Union branch location or here at our studios. Global Credit Union wants you to know why you wear red on Fridays. Share your photos and stories by uploading them to Global's Facebook page or email the info to globalcu.org. For more information, visit globalcu.org.
Mom, I'm bored.
Yeah, we need to get away. Wow. At 6.5% APY, our Global Credit Union Smart Savings really adds up. Let's go.
Beat the summer blues with Global Credit Union Smart Savings. Federally insured by NCUA.
Do you like auctions? Do you like deals from local businesses? Head to bidonspokane.com now to register. It's free. That's bidonspokane.com.
Buy or sell with Patchin and Lukens is brought to you by Dynamic Decks. Custom decks built right.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio.
And this segment brought to you by Bulldog Rooter.
1 hour tomorrow, Patchin and Lukens. We got Mariner baseball following us. Marco Gonzalez will throw. Mariners off today. Indians playing tonight, game 1 of the best-of-3 first-round series. The Indians and the Tri-City Dust Devils. Game 2 tomorrow night in Tri-Cities. Then game number 3, if needed, would be in the Tri-Cities as well. And if the Indians make it to the championship game, none of those games will be at home because of the fair.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the last game you're going to be able to see is tonight. First pitch at 6:30, and don't worry about it being sold out. There are seats available, and you can go see playoff baseball. Or like Lukens is going to do, watch the Arkansas Travelers in their series against Tulsa in AA, the Mariners affiliate.
Already in the second inning, no score. Just going to say. All right, so the Seahawks put out their first injury report of the season. It's like who's practicing, who's not practicing. You're required by the NFL to put this out. Even Bill Belichick has to put one of these out. Nobody says he's telling the truth in it. The Seahawks had no one under the did not participate list. That's the good news.
Wow.
Full participation after not participating. Marquise Blair, the rookie safety. So he's back in the swing of things. Did not participate. I'm sorry. When I said did not participate, there are 4 people who did not participate in practice.
Yeah, didn't think David Moore was practicing today.
Joey Hunt with the ankle. Mike Iupati, who's no one's expecting that he's going to play on Sunday.
Posick is going to get the start at that spot, right?
David Moore with the shoulder, and I think we've already been told he will not play on Sunday.
I don't know. I'm not sure he plays next week, to be honest with you.
Dwayne Brown, who they're saying is probably just getting the day off.
And that happens from time to time. Pete Carroll, it always happens from time to time throughout the week.
Yeah. Limited participation, George Fant, DK Metcalf, Jerron Brown's got apparently a toe issue. L.J. Collier still working on that ankle. Ziggy Ansah. They're listing his as shoulder, although it was been the groin that's actually kept him out. Shaquem Griffin still working on the knee. And Jadeveon Clowney gets an NIR, which is non-injury related. And that's just getting him back into, I guess, game shape. I don't know.
There's no indication right now that he's not going to play on Sunday. Now, how much he plays, I think that's a big question mark. But there's no indication.
No, I think
he's going to be one of the guys who on the 53 who's not dressed.
They're not going to not put him in there for something on Sunday. He is going to play, and it's just a matter of how many snaps he gets. And I think we'll see him less in the rotation than we will after, let's say week 3. I think we'll see him, full on however much you're going to see him in a game, probably getting, 30 more snaps a game. But for now, putting him in on passing downs is probably very likely.
Well, the Seahawks will open up the season on Sunday at 1 o'clock. They'll take on the Cincinnati Bengals. They are heavy favorites to win that game. Here's something interesting, Rick, that is happening that's going on. Apparently Nick Foles, the Jacksonville starting quarterback, is dealing with some abdominal soreness. The team expects him to play Sunday in Kansas City. The Jaguars didn't even practice today because of Hurricane Dorian. So the team released an injury report. Foles only played 19 snaps in the preseason in the third game. And that's it. If he can't play, Gardner Minshew's going to get the start for Jacksonville.
Wow. That's and man, I like Gardner Minshew, but I'm not sure he's really ready to do that yet.
So if Nick Foles can't go, on one side of the field it's Pat Mahomes as your starting quarterback for the Chiefs. On the other side, it's Gardner Minshew as your starting quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. A year ago, a little more than a year ago, he was going to Alabama to sit behind a couple of quarterbacks for his final season and start his coaching career and really learn while he's holding a clipboard and a uniform. And a year later, he's a Heisman Trophy finalist, top 10, and he's a backup quarterback who could make a start, if not make a start, could wind up playing against Kansas City.
And don't forget, I mean, another Coug, Luke Falk, actually had that happen when he was at Buffalo, when he made that roster. And
you mean, no, not Luke Falk. That was
no, it was not Luke Falk.
The kid who turned down the last year under Mike Leach.
Now I'm spacing on his.
Yeah.
So the two quarterbacks in front of him get hurt, and he ends up going out there.
Man, wouldn't that be wild? And the Eastern Eagles are it's like the Rams. The Rams are like Eastern. They're not going anywhere else to scout any players, just coming to Eastern.
It's nice to see Simba Webster make that team.
I thought there was no chance he made that team. None. Not a chance.
But I mean, he's listed as their. I don't know if he's their number 1 or number 2 punt returner. He caught nearly every ball thrown to him in his direction during the preseason. He bowled his way onto that roster.
He made them keep him. And that's what you want to do if you're a coach. For an undrafted free agent, for a rookie, force me to keep you. Play so well, I have to figure out a way to put you on the roster. And you know what? They may not have wanted him on the 53-man roster, but they made a calculation that if we release this guy, he's not going to be with us. Somebody's going to claim him.
Yep.
They had to keep him. Good for him.
Thank you to everyone who reminded us it was Jeff Toole, the Cougar quarterback who got the start for the Buffalo Bills and did not do very well.
No, that's okay. He can say more than some other quarterbacks. He started a game in the national. He played in the National Football League.
And I believe this to be the case. The only quarterback in the history of Mike Leach as a head coach who was a Mike Leach quarterback and started a game in the NFL. Now Gardner Minshew could be the second.
Yeah. Was Graham Harrell? He never started a game?
I don't believe he ever started a game. No, not a regular season game.
Toole was actually recruited by Paul Wolf.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. Here's the crazy thing is, Rick, he was only the second true freshman to ever start a football game at quarterback for the Cougars.
Wow.
There's only 2. Him,
Drew Bledsoe.
And Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
And Bledsoe wasn't even on the team at the beginning of that season.
No, he played a JV game against Walla Walla Community College, and when you play a JV game, that means you can't redshirt somebody back then. So at that point in time, we knew that Drew Bledsoe was playing in games that year.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. All right, we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back, wrap up the show. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrook Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Do good, feel good. That's the Ed Servio way. Join Team Global and Bike MS. Global Credit Union is committed to help fund research, advocate for change, and help those with MS live their best lives. Learn how you, too, can join at globalcu.org. Help reach the goal, a world-free MS. This message brought to you proudly by Adservio with support from Global Credit Union, Residential Home Solutions, and Zero Res.
Tri-Valley VIP Auto Sales for your next vehicle purchase. All-wheel drives, diesels, lifted trucks, distance between VIP and the competition. Better quality, better prices, hands down. Our sales professionals are out to serve the customer's needs to get you exactly what you want at the best price possible, without a time-consuming hassle. We have more than 100 vehicles priced under $12,000. A lot of these take next to nothing as a down payment, regardless of your situation. Valley, VIP Auto Sales in Spokane Valley.
It's time to fall into fall. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. All this month, let Good Morning Northwest help with news for a happy life.
Make the switch from summer with our easy autumn checklist.
Find better ways to prep your garden or winterize your home.
Learn cool ways to stow your summer gear, get the inside scoop on autumn deals.
And plan fun fall activities for the whole family.
Fall into fall with Happy Life coverage on KXLY.com and watch Good Morning Northwest and 4 News Now all this month.
Pack up your sunscreen and grab your flip-flops because September is our $30,000 Let's Party Beaches giveaway at Coeur d'Alene Casino. Win one of 5 travel, cash, and EPC prize packages valued at up to $5,000 each, plus 15 more EPC and cash prizes. So come and play with your Core Rewards card and earn entries now through the prize giveaway on September 21st. It's the Let's Party Beaches giveaway, only at Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Clearance TVs, demos, audio gear, closeouts, and hundreds of open box items. Get special buys and hot deals this weekend at Huppin's Clearance Sale, 8016 North Division. We're cleaning out our warehouse, and we've cut our low prices even lower. You'll save even more on the best brands of TVs, audio gear, wireless Bluetooth speakers, headphones, cameras, and more. Get Huppin's Clearance Sale savings on a Samsung 65-inch 4K Smart TV, just $549. Pump up your TV audio and save on a Klipsch soundbar with subwoofer and Bluetooth, only $149. We're blowing out Beats wired in-ear headphones, just $29. GoPro Hero 7 Silver Action Cam, just $199. We need more room. Huppin's is stacked to the rafters with hundreds of open box TVs, audio gear, wireless Bluetooth speakers, headphones, cameras, and more. This sale includes Huppin's best brands, all priced to move this weekend. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Spend less and get even more at Huppin's Clearance Sale, 8016 North Division.
Hi, I'm Dan Can, your Spokane Geico agent. September 15th is National Cleanup Day. Let us clean up your car insurance rates by giving you a free quote. Give your local Geico agent a call today or stop by our office on Division Street to see how much you could save.
Not a good day for the King. I'm Dennis Patch with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Felix Hernandez lasted just 3 innings. The Chicago Cubs 6-1 winners last night. Felix only gave up 2 runs, but he walked 4 batters and threw 70 pitches in those 3 innings. Wade LeBlanc wasn't much better, gave up 3 more runs in his 2 innings. Mariners off today, start a 4-game series Thursday at Houston. The playoffs begin tonight for the Spokane Indians. Spokane will open up the postseason with a best-of-3 series against Tri-City. Game 1 tonight at Avista Stadium at 6:30. Cougs move up 1 to number 22 in the Riders' poll, stay at 21 in the coaches' poll. Washington State will host Northern Colorado on Saturday. Washington, despite a win over Eastern Washington, falls 1 spot in the Riders' poll down to 14. The Dogs stay at number 12 in the coaches' poll. Washington opens up the Pac-12 season hosting Cal Saturday. The 700 ESPN 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
Follow us on Facebook, 700 ESPN.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio. That's going to do it for our show today. I want to thank Aaron Best, who has joined us, Gary Allen. Don't forget, sign up now on the Field Pass. Let me give you the word of the day today. Again, it's teacher. Teacher is the word of the day. You can go to 700ESPN.com, pick up your 50,000 bonus points. Don't forget the last week to sign up for the Patchin and Lukens Golf Tournament at Circling Raven Golf Club on September 20th. So hopefully, if you haven't already answered this week's question, you can. Last chance to do it. And how would you like to win a Yeti cooler and 4 tickets to see the Cougars in Northern Colorado? You can if you go to the Field Pass. and sign up to win. Somebody's going to win a Yeti cooler for every Cougar home game remaining and 4 tickets to see the Cougars play the next opponent. This one happens to be Northern Colorado. It's from the fine people at Miller Coors, Frostburg Coors Light, Yeti cooler, Cougar football. That's a hat trick in my world. All right. You got anything else before we get out of here? We got a minute to go.
Apparently, I'm more excited about this Arkansas Travelers game than the people in Little Rock, Arkansas. They came disguised as empty seats for tonight's playoff game.
People in minor league baseball, Rick, buy season tickets, and if there's no promotion, they don't go.
Well, your season ticket doesn't get you in for the postseason games.
And the Spokane Indians are going to have 2,500 here tonight because there's no fireworks, there's no dollar food.
No, it's just an extra game.
It's a game.
Yeah.
And the people who are there tonight, the people who are there in Arkansas tonight, are people who actually care about a team winning and losing as opposed to what they're giving away.
Right.
All right, that's going to do it for us. We're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow at 3. Patchin and Lukens in the Frostburg Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Y'all be good.
See you later.
The Eagles advance the standard.
Goodbye.
Hi, Dallas Lowe with Golden Rule Brake. If you need some brake or front end work done and you want to save some money, well, and who doesn't want to save some money? Go to goldenrulebrake.com and print the $20 off coupon.